Welcome back. Ohgawd Invitationals Grand Finals is here. I'm Elenyar, or Raynell. I'm here with Lash.
What's
And
going
once
on?
again, our observer is Zebra. Thank you not only Kate, but Ohgawdevents for making this event. But now, Lash, we're in Grand Finals.
We are in
Best
the
of
grand
five
finals.
series. Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling right so far? Because we just casted an insane banger match, and now we're going to head into a best of five Return of the Sentinels versus Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling quite good. I'm ready for some very intense matches to come. But we do have the map picks and bans up and ready to go to show everybody. And they are as follows: Laughing Coffin banned Sunset, Return of the Sentinels banned Ascent, and then Laughing Coffin started out picking Split, and Return of the Sentinels is going to be on the attack. Then Pearl is up with the Return of the Sentinels, going to be starting on the attack once again. Haven, Bind, and Abyss will follow should we get to them in this brand new best of five grand finals. We already saw some crazy stuff coming out of Laughing Coffin, and I mean, yesterday, as well as from Kaiserine and Rue earlier, we saw some crazy plays from Return of the Sentinels. So, I mean, I'm excited to get into this one because I think this is a brawl.
Oh, it's so gonna be a brawl. And I mean, I was a victim to Return of the Sentinels myself, so I kind of have an idea of what comps they run. We should see Gale Lewis or Chidori on the sky, but these are pretty standard picks for Return of the Sentinels. They have been the scrimmingest team, like the people that have scrimmed the most is Return of the Sentinels. On the other side, the Laughing Coffin. I'm not too keen on how many times they did scrim, but nonetheless, right? They played an insane match, and it's a battle right now. It's a battle of can Laughing Coffin keep the energy up, keep the momentum going heading into Split, a map they just played earlier.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see as the locks are coming in. Clocracy running up, raise another double duelist comp here on Ascent coming out from Return of the Sentinels. Mew is picking up Omen. Chidori is picking up Sky. Synthix, team captain, picking up on Cypher. Big plays. I know that Synthix is very good at getting those lurk plays and throws down some absolute heat while lurking on Cypher, so I can't wait to see what happens out of there. And Aegis just nutty with their shots. So is like Chloe is also just kind of nuts with shots. So it's really going to come down to gunplay. It's going to come down to team chemistry and how they're going to be able to combo their abilities and skills together into one cohesive unit. And Wizard once again picking up Cypher, Eternity on the Initiator, on Sky, Pierre running up Jet, Noonie on Sage, and Jabubins hopping on Omen. Very, kind of similar team comps, but it looks like Return of the Sentinels opting for double duelist, while oh man, I just lost it for a second there.
It's the double
Help me out
sentinel
right
for
now.
Laughing Coffin. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
for
that. I
Laughing
got you. I
Coffin. Yeah,
got you.
thank you,
Let,
thank you,
let the
Renell.
analyst brain take over. I'm here now. I'm hyped. I'm awake for this. I'm ready to watch some good ass Valorant. Shout out those Tekken lines. But listen, hopefully Return of the Sentinels watch this game, right? Because Laughing Coffin are running, if I recall, basically the same comp they ran before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the last time we saw Noonie drop like 35, it's gonna be a battle. Not only that, Clocracy, Aegis or Cat, Mew, Synthix, Chidori, they are all insane players, and along with Laughing Coffin, they just played an insane game. The difference is right now is Return of the Sentinels, they have somewhat of an advantage, right? They had a good decent break. It went 3 maps. Laughing Coffin are facing a battle of energy at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the fatigue, it might set in, it might not, maybe not until the last couple of maps, but we're just gonna have to wait and see here. Noonie is gearing up, is trying to defend as much as possible. Trailblazer comes out, is broken, as Mew was able to draw first blood with the Sheriff and Light Shield. An interesting play there, and Chloe following it up onto a follow round for Return of the Sentinels over there on A site. It's gonna be a rough duel coming in. Jabubin is inching out and not looking behind you, Chidori. Clocracy, Chloe inching up, wants to gain a little bit, wants to find an equalizing pick. Are they gonna find it? No one knows. Synthinels just broadens the sweep as Clove finds Wizard as well. Nooney, last one standing. Classic don't do that for me, but Nooney is glad that it does for them. Because now it's a 1v3 here on the pistol round. Very low HP for Syntinels.
Musa has a blind.
Yeah, you have the blind, and there's the paranoia coming in, further delaying, and ultimately the push out shots are not landing. Nooney is going to find Aegis and trying to inch up and trying to find it. Able to find Mew. Get that heal off, and I'm not sure if they have time.
Has to stick. Nooney, this
has to stick and not sure if there's enough time to succeed, and only 0.3 seconds late.
This is already an insane round. It was a 1v1. It was just a matter of time before the bomb went off, and that's the first pistol for Return of the Syntinels. They haven't lost a foot off the gas despite the break.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're definitely not taking their foot off the gas, and I think that they were, I mean, potentially analyzing Laughing Coffin and seeing how they play and how they can play around them, so they might have a bit of an advantage here, but Laughing Coffin is all warmed up. They just got out of a best-of-3. They're coming off of a 2-1 victory. I mean, honestly, it's hard to tell who's going to be having the upper hand, especially for mental right now. And a major bust through there is going to be putting Nooney kind of on the back foot, not wanting to press up and go forward. Right click's coming out as well, trying to save as much as well as Pierre and Syntinels end up trading back and forth on the other side.
When look at this reclear now for Return of the Syntinels. Clockersy's already up. And they're giving up. They might be giving it up. Oh.
Looking away a little bit too far, not checking your corners. That's going to be a bad time if you don't keep those checked. But Chidori cleans up, and now it's a 3v2. Losing some of their weapons, but they still have 2 Guardians and a Spectre to clear this out, but not anymore. Losing a Guardian and player, it's just down to Nooney. Able to find a gun, able to pick up a Spectre, and has a chance to bring this round to a close in their favor. Picking that gun up, I'm not sure what the audio cues said, but I think they're very well aware that Nooney's up in heaven.
Yeah, it's pinged out, and that's just a matter of how calm.
Nooney always just firing blindly. Somehow knows where the other players are. But yeah, great Lear from Aegis. 2-0, but only able to bring 2 Guardians into the next. It is going to be a rough bonus.
Yeah, a rough bonus indeed. Maybe we'll see some judges come out. I mean, Split is known for these close angles, and the shotguns may come out. But on the other end, there's regen shields and half armors, so this can still be a troubling gun round for Laughing Coffin. For Return of the Syntinels, I mean, sure, Sheriff, Stinger, 2 Guardians, but those guns can actually do damage, and heavy damage, especially with these half armors and regen shields.
Yeah, and I think Pierre may be going for an operator buy here. Wanted to opt for the Sheriff.
Oh.
Beautiful shot from Glow. 10 HP remaining, but 2 kills to show for it, pulling every bit of attention from Pierre away from B site, completely opening it up, and it's time for Return of the Syntinels to make their imprint on this site. Opening it in, it's completely free. No, just dry peeking everything. There's no need to clear it out with utility. There's no need to hold on to anything. It is a free site as the spike goes down. And finally, they've realized that the ruse found as the wall drops. Are they going to be ready for Nooney? They are ready, but Nooney's just way too quick on the adjustments.
Look at Chidori.
I don't know if they're looking at further rotate here as Chidori is able to find Nooney in the back. Throwing a blind out. Doesn't scan anything but Wizard. Making their presence known. Trying to scare them out. As the spike ticks down. Not a lot of time. They're going to have to save. What a beautifully executed eco round.
Yeah, this is a good call. I mean, the important part is Clockersy has a showstopper now for the 4th round. But even then... Okay, wait. Syntinels finds Pierre, so that's another gun recovered. So, in reality, I mean, the Syntinels have really, really good money outside of Clockersy. I mean, 1.6k, maybe a drop comes in.
That was pure profit, Raynell. I mean, they went in there with a sheriff and 2 guardians, and they came out with 3 full auto rifles along with their 2 guardians. They are just banking on some money right now.
Yeah, and it's a huge cyclocracy, right? Showing that A presence and even just getting 2 kills, insane taps by the way, forces Pierre like to help support A in the thoughts of an A hit. Because normally when you lose that many players, that's the idea, go for the A hit. But then just the walkout towards B is a beautiful mid-round call.
Yeah, Pierre able to go out, take the first shot onto Synthix, and ends up getting healed back up. Those regen shields really coming in handy. The round is slowing down, opening contact onto Synthix leaves them in a bit of a deficit in terms of player advantage, but they're swapping some guns around, opting to go for Guardian Mew. Seems like they're just getting the guns away, not wanting to let anybody on Laughing Coffin get any use for him. I think Pierre might want to hop back up on top of the wall, but it goes down, and Clacracy is just inching away from a headshot from Pierre. There is the execute into heaven. Is there enough time for the showstopper to come through? And on Nooney, not even the intended target of Pierre, but gets a kill and gets some value either way. The trades are going back and forth. Wizard and Jabubin's able to hold down the leaving it in a 3v2 here. Return of the Syntinels need to go humongous here to bring this one back. They either need to rotate over to A, but contact taken here. Bringing Mew down to 15 HP, but those regen shields quickly taking action, trying to teleport around, and it's not going to be enough. He was ready for Clo. And Mew needs to get this plant down, needs to have it go down right now. With very little HP remaining, needs to find their heads, able to find Eternity down to a 1v1. Wizard versus Mew. 15 HP, 25 shield. More. Oh,
what?
I thought it was going to be a suspenseful 1v1, but Wizard had other plans.
I think it's because of the smokes. The smokes are telling Wizard there might be someone in there, but instead it's just a Mew behind the TV. Mew gets taken down on 1 tap, and that's a round now for the Laughing Coffin and Neural Theft available now. Aside of that too, there's a resurrection for Nooney, and we know about Nooney on split on this stage.
Oh my
Nooney
goodness,
somehow just farms these reses, and this time Pierre is going to go for the op. Normally we see Nooney on the op on defense. It's Pierre this time around. On the other end, though, the money's still pretty low if they lose this round, right? Because that money, that 1-9 loss bonus. But there's still rifles on the board. There's still full armors. You could get Synthix a Neural Theft in 1, and maybe outside of that, maybe Chidori can farm some orbs in a plant for those lovely Seekers. But now it's another mid-wall.
Yeah, this round moving a little slow. Not a lot of presence has been taken, and there's the Trailblazer coming in, not wanting to put that wall up. To give away the Grim Wall. As we hear that utility come out, beautiful wall from Nooney. Gonna give a lot of options there. But it's so close and Mail. And Chloe is just waiting on top of the wall. Doesn't want to make themselves known, but oh my gosh, look at all the different angles Nooney has to work with. I don't know if Chloe clears that. And they don't clear it, but unable to get. Not good for 2. Unable to find Aegis. Still evening it out 4-4. Resurrection no longer online, and neither is Shadows in the hands of Jabubins. 10 HP left in Eternity. Has to go big here. No, find their heads. Chidori finds it. Synthix finds one as well. Opening up a site and opening up the round.
Yeah, Wizard on an island now. It's a 1v4, and I think realistically, maybe you try to recover this off. It's just such a weird spot that was the issue. But that's an amazing mid-round out of the Return of the Sentinels. Oh, this timing.
Check. Oh, the timing. Wizard is creeping up into heaven. Are they going to check the corners? Presence has been known. Shots going through the wall. 42 HP remaining unable. Pick as Chidori cleans it up, putting the Seekers online from the Shadows online and Neural Theft online for return of the Syntinels. And Aegis is 1 away from the Empress and close 5 away from that showstopper. But oh, look at Pierre, 2 away from the Bladestorm, and Eternity's only 1 away from those Seekers. It's ultimate rotation starting to come out, but the economy is so damaged for Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, and they want to go for this hero phantom. It feels like, unless maybe this is the last second sell, because the money situation is a little bit awkward now, right? If Wizard keeps this, which seems like it will, or seems like he will, it's a solo phantom, so it's going to be bouncing all around this phantom. The Seeker's going to pop pretty early for the offense, and it's a free A site.
Yeah, and Jabubins has to back off. The Seeker gave the location away, needed to back out of the smoke. Klo has been deposited into a very good position there. Eternity getting those Seekers flying off that classic kill, and the Seekers popped almost immediately. Klo and Chidori able to pick up one of their own to give the player advantage in their favor. Neural Theft comes out. They know exactly where everyone's at. So much utility being traded back and forth. Neural Theft popped again. As everything is just going back and forth for all of these players, but Mew able to make it happen, and Synthix has the last laugh, taking Eternity down. Still leaving 3 ultimates online, only expending the Seekers, but traded for a Seekers and Neural Theft, I'd say it's a very good trade.
Yeah, I mean, because look at the reset now. Wizard and Eternity are now slated at 1 ult point for their respective ults in a round they didn't win. One thing you'll see a lot from this Return of the Syntinels, they love to take a lot of forward space, whether it be an eco, whether it be a full gun round. They love to have a lot of control. You saw that they control a site and then some, right? Clockeracy into screens. A lot of a ramp control is still present, and it just left all of Laughing Coffin kind of take awkward fights.
Really bad luck there as the Neural Theft coming through, and a beautiful shot there from Chidori onto Pierre, making it an immediate 3v5 here. Never mind. Jabubin's going in, getting sprays down, trying to do some more chip damage as well, taking down Klo, but Chidori takes out Wizard. Time for you to go up into heaven. Wants to get that Trailblazer off, gets spun out, but it's gonna be enough. Synthix falls. Jabubin's trying to make something happen, and Aegis cleans it up. 6-1 going into round 8. Return of the Syntinels with a very, very strong presence and a very strong opening to the grand finals.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm the Laughing Coffin, I'd probably call a timeout within these like next 2 rounds, just because, right? They're getting poked and prodded a lot, and the Return of the Syntinels are just, their protocols in their mid rounds are so strong. Sure, it's only been like a couple weeks as a team together, but not only when you scrim so much, your team chemistry is built so far up that they feel like they've been a team for a much longer while than just a month, or even less than that.
Yeah, I mean, they've got such good coordination there, and another mystical trip there from Wizard, putting it halfway into the stairs as Aegis is able to find Pierre. And Eternity just holding it down with a Bulldog or with a Bucky. I'm not sure if the Trailblazer spotted out the shotgun. No, it didn't. They're not ready for it. Not ready for Eternity. As they're able to be good for 2. Trailblazer coming out. It's just a brawl in mid here, and Synthix doesn't know what to do.
Team Blind, oh no.
Team Blind. Mew has made it all the way over on to B side, able to draw blood, taking down Eternity into a 3v2 here. Has the From the Shadows online to try and rotate away if necessary, but the Resurrection coming through, making it a very difficult job for Return of the Syntinels here.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Wizard, by the way, and Eternity for that that play that they had there. Wizard showed so much to cause the utility dump on Wizard's side, and destroying the utility as well allowed Eternity to actually get those 2 or 3 kills onto Return of the Syntinels. But we're gonna see the From the Shadows probably for the bomb for sure. I like how Laughing Coffin's playing this. They're gonna play really together and just play the retake because he knows a 4-on-2. Jabubins though might look for something here.
8 seconds left here. The From the Shadows is coming out. Going to go for the rotate around. Mew able to find it. Able to find 2. It might have been a throw from Jabubins as they're trying to make it happen. As Noon is able to find 1. Almost able to find the second, down to a 1v1. Presence has been known. Spycam shot out. Needs to reload here. Eternity last one. Step. And is able to find the 3K. And denying the 7th round to Return of the Syntinels, but at what cost? Look at the damage on both sides.
Yeah, the damage is strongly present here, right? It
Oh,
got so individual at the end of it. I thought Mew was about to ace because they looked like they were hitting their shots pretty hard. But hey, you'll take it if you're laughing Coffin, right? I mean, it's a good, decent reset. Sure, the Sentinels decent money enough to keep buying. They probably can buy for like the next 1 or 2 rounds in a sense. But the good news is as well, Eternity Seeker's available. Pierre with a Blaze Storm probably being popped this round. The only threat here on the other end is either the Seekers from Chidori or 2 away from Clocracy's Showstopper.
that's going to be a tough one. And oh my gosh, how did Pierre not get hit by
Oh
any of those
my.
shots? Pierre matrixing around those bullets. Ping's coming out. Location is known, but ultimately not a lot of ground has been made. But inching up over here, Chloe and Mew ended up getting stopped by that smoke, not wanting to push into the unknown, even to back up, to group up and gain a little bit more space. Reflashing, trying to re-clear that area in mid. Didn't gain a lot of information. They know at least one person's there, but I don't think Pierre is ready for the absolute firing line that they're about to peek into. I saw Aegis. Did they see anybody else? There's the cage coming through and immediately throwing away all of the blades. It was the wrong choice as Chloe goes in. Showstopper pulled out. Traded out as Chidori is able to find it. Another ultimate popped. It's the Seekers coming out. They know Eternity's right around. Syntinels is just ready for Wizard. Shutting down all of that Cypher utility as they tried to back away. Something in the back. Getting healed up to full by Noonie. It's just down to the 2 top frags of Laughing Coffin here. Going toe-to-toe with the full might of Return of the Syntinels. Not sure what they need to do. They need to gain some ground, try and take some guns away from Return of the Syntinels, and Aegis in the back is not having any of it. Noonie falls. Eternity's location known in heaven, trying to inch around, throwing another one around. Gets scanned regardless. Backing up, but oh my gosh, Chidori's so low on HP. Can any kills be found because of it? Oh, going right in. I think Eternity is aware of it. Might be right, but Chloe finds it for the flawless.
The mid-rounding, I have to say it. As a mid-rounding IGL myself, the mid-rounding on Return of the Sentinels is absolutely FNS. Like, this masterclass is happening right now, and that's why it's 7-2. On a map where defense usually would have the advantage, the manipulation by the Sentinels is absolutely insane right now. And not only that, the players are hitting. On the other end, though, for Laughing Coffin, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, they're waking up still, like, obviously, and trying to ride the momentum of the last series. But Return of the Sentinels just feel a lot more together at the moment.
Yeah, and an immediate change of pace there. Return of the Sentinels just bombarding out onto site. They know they have the better weaponry. They know they have a better chance of being able to make an impact there. Pierre wanting to go in, wanting to try and find some value there. Spotted out by the Boombot. They know somebody is just waiting right in the shadows. Flash, spotted out, scanned. It's going to be an absolute brawl, but Pierre draws first blood. Is that going to be enough to win them the round? As Chidori is able to find Noonie shutting down the Bucky. Raid. Bloodbath after bloodbath as Mew is able to find a third. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a
What a
massacre
brawl.
right now. Mew
Yeah.
12-5, Chidori 10-3. Sure, there's no assist on the sky, but it doesn't matter if you're fracking out like Chidori here. On the other end, Pierre needs to
Very
start waking
rare
up a
you
bit.
see more assists out of a duelist than,
Yeah.
than an initiator.
Oh, absolutely. Pierre needs to start waking up a bit, and I think this op is the first step, right? I forgot. I think the op was used one time, but in this scenario, Pierre's going to use it again, and I think that's really good just because there's a solo initiator on the other end. So this op could do damage.
Ooh, but a beautiful jump peek there from Aegis is going to stop that operator right in its tracks, taking some damage off of the regen shield. And ultimately making it a little bit more risky to try and peek into those angles, especially when there's a Vandal that could be waiting on the other side. Making their presence known, Jabubins is going to draw first blood, opening up a lot of the map presence off of Synthix there. Losing of the map off of one kill is just absolutely devastating, and all the rotates are going over to A, but they know Everybody's just waiting outside in B main. Good shot there by Chloe. Only peeking themselves out, and a missed shot from Pierre. Absolutely devastating as the Seekers are coming out. The rotates have to come through. As Nooney needs to get going forward. And beautiful shots onto Mew. Wizard following it up. It's trade after trade down to a 3v2 here in favor of Laughing Coffin, but Chloe and Aegis, the two duo duelists. They have what it takes to bring it back to the fullest. Close, able to find Jabubins, trying to go in. Op shot, missed. Pierre trying to find it and finds Aegis with the classic. Are they aware of where Close at?
Oh no.
I don't think they know. An Eternity needs to try and find it. They know it's so close, but so far. Eternity finds it onto Chloe. Needed to back up and doesn't know where the spike is planted, but needs to pick up that operator. Trying to save some economy going into the next, but we will be looking at an 8-3 going into the last round of the half.
Yeah, and that was a pivotal round, I think, if you're on the side of Laughing Coffin. You need some momentum heading into the second half. Sorry, I choked on something. The important thing is, right, it's the smallest things that make a difference if you're on the side of Laughing Coffin. And when they find these advantages, like finding Syntinels on the lurk there, they know how to progress forward. Eternity used the Trailblazer to force Jabubins, like, not force, but to tell Jabubins, like, hey, keep taking the space because we need the space, we need the information, and now it's perfect. This time around, the adjustment is now Clocracy and Syntinels are now together instead of Syntinels solo, so now there's a tradability. Well,
ooh, and a great opener there by Pierre, taking Syntinels out once more, and Jabubin's following it up onto Chloe, immediately down to a 5-on-3 for the return of the Syntinels to try and recover. But not only that, but Nooney has the resurrection available. Aegis trying to find an equalizer as Jabubins falls, and Chidori is so low on HP as well. It is not going to be an easy comeback for them this round.
yeah, and this is where the mid-rounding matters, because if they can find some solo players like Eternity here in mid, unless Wizard's here to back up, this could be a disaster round. But hey, there's also a res available for Nooney if they somehow get the access to, you know, someone like Jabubins over in B lobby. But this is where mid-rounding does matter a lot.
Yeah, and it's just going to be down to individual. I mean, it's much down from the macro here. It's down to the micro. They need to be making those individual right decisions, like those double clear, those double flashes, bringing it in. But Eternity with the collateral and the finisher onto Mew, shutting it down.
4-8, and this is important if you're Laughing Coffin, because now you're on what would be the weaker side. But this is probably the easier side, right? Most of the time when people think about easier sides, it is just attack just because you set the pace, you set the tone. The defense, though, I want to see how they play this. Do they want to try to look for information? Do they want to push a lot more forward? Because they're on double duelist. The only real information they have is Cypher utility and Sky utility. And man, I guess like a Boombot counts as well, and like the Leer if it gets shot down. It'll be a difference now of how are both these teams going to play after the side swap.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. And
what a story.
Dory immediately going to be getting a lot of information there. They know a bunch of people could be or could not be out on A, and first one to peek out is going to end up being Pierre, trying to go in fast and loud as the classic Laughing Coffin style, as Jabubins is able to draw first blood this half. Paint shells coming through. They need to delay, but ultimately the spike is going to go down.
Oh, Wizard. Oh, and Pierre.
Going big along with Pierre, and it's just down to Syntinels, team captain versus the world here. Oh my goodness.
Oh. That's a huge wall.
Insane shots. Been a huge wall, especially here on pistol. I don't think there's enough shots left in the ghost to take down that wall, but Jabubins closing it out early, leaving 3 alive going into the anti-eco. How is return of the Syntinels going to respond here? I think I just saw Syntinels by a shorty, but I'm not sure if that's going to come to come to anything.
Oh, it actually might. I mean, I like this now for Return of the Sentinels. This is what you do in these eco rounds. You want to play it a lot together. You want to gamble stack because what's better than one classic fighting someone?
Okay.
4 classics, maybe even 5. They're looking to poke and prod, but I like this on the other side. The Laughing Coffin, they're going to look for the information, find where the stack is, and hit something else. Now they're going to activate Wizard on the lurk here with an Outlaw, which I will say, if this Outlaw gets taken down, this might be a disaster round for Laughing Coffin. Wizard needs to stay alive here.
Oh. Synthix not landing those shots with the shorty. Pierre is going to be able to find that pick, but are they sure? They're running into the right. Stack Mew able to even those up as Wizard finds Clo as well. I think the jig is up. I think they know exactly where the stack is at over on B. They're
The thing
inching their
is-
way over to try and get that plant down.
The thing is, what I know about Mew is a shooter, and this Sheriff might do some damage. Bomb will go down for Eternity, so this is one more point towards that. Seekers, though, 6 away. Wizard might be in a world of hurt here, but the Sage Wall is there to save Wizard's life.
Watching this spot.
Yeah, that Sage Wall is coming in insanely clutch because there's so many less angles you have to watch. And I mean, yeah, Return of the Syntinels are just going to be walking into a firing line right now.
Yeah, I think their goal here is to die to Spike and maybe look for overextenders. But I think there's going to be no one overextending, right? Pierre is the only one with a pistol, so realistically, none of these other people should try to find things. Unless Pierre was still alive, they could trade the guns and maybe get someone like Noonie to farm the ult points, or even Eternity as well. Yeah, there should be a die to Spike, pretty casual. This is a pretty normal protocol if you're on the side of the defense in these eco rounds. So this next round will be the important one, right? The closest ult will be Synthix and the Neural Theft off in 3. But the better news is you have full rifles, though. Look at the shield buys on the other end for Return of the Sentinels. It's 3 half armors, sure, 2 of them are regen shields.
Versus an outlaw that I'm not sure they know exists.
No, they know for sure it exists. I think I forgot who died earlier on the A side, but I guess they don't know if they kept it, you know?
Yeah, they're not 100% sure, but they don't really have much of a choice with their current money situation. This is not going to be a fun one for sure. As Chidori is going to get some information right off the bat there, and a great peek from Clo is going to be taking the Soul Duelist away from Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, and look at the reaction from Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, they're in a standstill now. They don't know where to go. Their Space Maker is dead. They need to find a new angle to attack from.
Yeah, they lose their Space Maker and the Death Maker and Clawcacy. I mean, these are people that you want to pop off for the rest of this half, right? Because it's 8-6. Ooh, beautiful jump shot from you. Okay, Noonie.
Great shot there from Noonie, taking out Clo, taking out one of the playmakers there, blocking off ropes. That could be absolutely crucial.
Chidori.
Well, Chidori could have the angle here.
Check.
Taking down one, you have to check your angles.
No.
Take down the outlaw, getting 3 before getting out, and the regen shields on lock as well. And has completely turned this round, this map, in their favor, but they've already lost 3 full rifles now. It is not going to be good going to the next. They have to make the best of the situation right now. They have to take out Jabubins.
I like this from Jabubins.
Losing a single life, but it might not happen.
If he plays this calm, he might win this round.
The read is off, and Aegis is ready for it. 9 and 6, round differential of 3. Could go. I'm really not sure what this where this map is going to be going right now.
Yeah, because that was the bonus, mind you, right? They lost 3 people with rifles, not even due to the outlaw, just due to wonderful play from Laughing Coffin. Sure, you lost Pierre early in the round, but the turnaround from like people like Noonie and Jabubins was huge. This upcoming round, look at the buys. It's 2 Vandals. I mean, 2 people you want Vandals on. Cloacacy might be opting for the Judge here. A Judge on split on Raze is a classic buy. Synthix opting for a shotgun of their own as well, and Mew might be going for one too. And there's full rifles on the other end. This time, no outlaw to stop things.
It's going to be a tough one, and there's that same utility found it out. With that guiding light, it does scan out, but not the same response there. They're aware that it could be a conditioning. to scan out and move along, but Wizard has crept so far up into ramps. And the rest
no one knows.
of Laughing Coffin is just inching all the way up into mid. And going to be running right into that trip from stairs and right into the crosshair of Chloe with the judge. This could be devastating for Laughing Coffin if not taken seriously.
Oh, it's walled off.
I know exactly.
Wizard able to find Mew, opening it up. Chloe found Jaboobins, and now everyone's got to run away. They do not want to be running in. Judge, it is here. With the neural theft assist, able to find Aegis. And Chloe and Synthix, last one standing here, and it's not going to be enough as Pierre's able to find one, but Wizard cleans up Synthix in the Cypher duel. 2 rounds down. It is a close game.
Yeah, I feel like the calling has gotten a lot more uniform now for Laughing Coffin. Because remember, this was what, a 4-8 deficit for Laughing Coffin, and all of a sudden it's 7-9. It's still close, right? Sure, it's still Return of the Syntinels up in rounds. But I mean, the mid rounds again are so beautiful. It feels like every time teams are on attacking side, the mid rounding is just really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to rotate, adapt, throw question marks around the map. It's just, they just do it very, very well. But now we're back onto a full buy for Return of the Syntinels here. They are moving to aggress up in main.
Yeah, this mid space is massive. Rather.
And I'm not sure if Pierre's ready for it. The high-low take down Pierre with Mew. And it is just a trade back and forth, going for that wall. And denying the ability to pull out a good resurrection there. Not a safe place to do it. And the spike is down. It's on B side. And Wizard falls as well. But Jaboobins has the flank. It was behind you, Mew. And Synthix from the side as well. Jaboobins, last one standing, picking up that spike. And not really sure where they want to go. And the neural theft pops right in time for the mid presence to be known. And it's just 1 per site. As Jaboobins has to try and find their way onto a site and get that spike planted. It still has plenty of time there. 35 seconds, and the spike plant is going to go down. Are they aware that they're right there? No, Chidori, with the perfect timing, is able to bring Return of the Syntinels into double digits.
Yeah, that was great individual play from Chidori. I did get nervous, though, just because, you know, Synthix and Chidori, they were on separate sites. So if they didn't reunite, whether that be in spawn, and sure, right, maybe the reuniting together wouldn't be a good idea just because you give up a lot of the space. Then again, you have the utility to try to do a retake, right? You can let Jaboobins have the site and just perform a wonderful retake. And I mean, sure, Jaboobins had a blind ready. Like, a Paranoia was there, some smokes were there. But Chidori, in a league of their own right now, that push out onto the side to keep the control and try to find the timings was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, just great timing all around from all of these players. I mean, they are not giving an inch. It might be the first map in the best of 5, but they are giving it their all. And a great trip there from Synthix, trying to delay as much as possible. Pierre not sure if Synthix has jumped down or where the possible action is at. And the perfect timing there takes down Pierre and takes down that Blade Storm as the Seekers get popped. Wizard's location now known. Chloe is just ready around the corner to punish with that judge. The raised judge is absolutely deadly there as Jaboobins is able to find Aegis. Smoked off, wanting to inch up a little bit, going up into sewers there. Synthix is ready. You got to be checking your corners, Eternity.
That and also the wall breaking from the Seekers, that's the reason why Eternity looked back, right? Because the Seekers popped and the Seekers just tore down that wall, created a new hole in the offense and a new opportunity for the defense, such as that right there from Synthix.
There's the resurrection coming through as well. There's 1, 2, 3 falls to Synthix, giving the default ace and jumping right into the crosshair of Chidori, denying the Synthix 6K, bringing it to 7-11. Man, I love that gas station.
Me too. But hey, the individual play from Synthix there, Synthix is absolutely feeling right now. 1 away from that neural theft as well, but on the other end, Eternity 1 out from the Scurry. And my monitor keeps turning off because I keep... Half Armor's Sheriffs, 3 rifles. I think again, like last game we just casted, they're not looking to take this to 12-7. They're looking to make it 8-11 and hopefully try to bring it back. Oh, and that's a start. Nooney on
that is
face.
a beautiful start and a great trade from you,
Oh
but
my.
Nooney is so powerful. Showing dominant presence there and is so confident. They're just like, yeah, I'll just hang on to the sheriff, take my guardian, and we'll just move on with our day.
But look at this reclear. This is so much like EDG, FPX, like Chinese style Valorant, where they insta reclear and there's so much info already for the defense.
Trips being broken is really just tipping off Synthix. All whereabouts are now known. They need to make a play here, but it's not going to happen, Pierre. Finding the head of Synthix and making it a 4v2 here. Showstopper is online for Clockers. He could go huge, but Nooney!
That's a jumping landing shot too.
What the heck? And ready for a fourth.
Oh,
running out of bullets. Shidori is just not landing those shots. Still full HP, and Pierre closes that out, leaving 3 rifles going into the next. It's 11-8 going into round 20 here. It's still anyone's game right now.
Yeah, a resurrection available for Nooney too after that death. I mean, you'd like the kill too, just for the stats, just for the ego, but also just for that res as well. But on the other end, there's 4 ults online from the shadows: a Neural Theft, a Showstopper, and an Empress. Seekers are 5 away, but also there's rifles on the board for Return of the Syntinels. Sure, there's Region Armor and Half Armor Sheriff for Aegis, but on the other end, it's still full rifles, and it's still a Trailblazer into the A site with Synthix solo, but Mew there to back up. And these feel like kill trips too.
There. Yeah, no, those are for sure kill trips. Knowing Synthix, there's a plan for every single one of those trips, but never mind. Pierre shuts down all of that utility immediately. Absolutely devastating for Return
might
of the
be Mew's
Syntinels.
turn
they have
now.
to spread the defense so thin now. It might be Mew's turn to make something happen. Pierre falls. And close.
Oh!
Trading Showstopper for a headshot, but ultimately Resurrection is going to be coming through.
Are they going to check Chidori?
Are they aware of Chidori? Right behind you, right behind you!
Oh!
Nooney trying to save their lives is not successful. Last one standing here, Aegis. Ready for this plant to come down, ready to peek out. But ultimately, wants to group up, wants to be with Mew. Have a gun there for the assist. Before going in, they're going to want to combo these blinds. They're going to want to clear as many angles as possible to go for the defuse. Tapping the spike, going around. It's going to be all about timing here. Are they going to be aware? Aegis fall. Presence has been known. Smokes put out there. Oh my gosh, are we going to have the same situation we had before? Who's going to come out on top? It's going to be Mew. Raynell, do you want to go ahead and say it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
This will become 12-8. This is now 4 chances, not only for the side of Return of the Syntinels to take map 1, be up 1-0 in this best of 5 series, but it's also 4 chances for Laughing Coffin to maybe bring it to OT and close that gap and maybe take the map for themselves too. Because remember, this is a best of 5 series. This is a matter of your energy. This is a matter of how your mid-rounding goes. 4 rounds left of regulation. And I mean, look at the guns across the board, right? There's a Guardian, there's a couple, there's a Stinger, there's a Bulldog.
Neither team can seem to get their economy under control completely.
Oh, is an instant ult pop? Oh my god.
It's great for some recon ability because I've noticed that the sky is never with the Sentinel as the rest of the utilities coming through. Chidori is left on site here with Aegis, unable to find one, but Aegis getting one, getting out, and trying to make the best of a bad situation with the Empress popped. Wizard finds Mew. Synthix opening it up onto Wizard, but Nooney is just ready for it, ready to trade after trade in a 2v3 here. Emperor is still active, trying to make the best happen, and Chloe is caught on the rotate, on the flank. And it's just down to Aegis in a 1v3 to try and make it happen, but it's a team ace from Laughing Coffin.
Yep, and that's 4 chances down to 3. The good news as well, Nooney, if they don't die this round, they get an orb or a bomb plant, that's a resurrection available, and we know Nooney in the res is huge here as the Return of the Syntinels called climb out at the hands of Synthix. And I mean, it's a valid reason, right? They want to try to win this round, and I mean, I've been a victim to it. These eco rounds or these half buy rounds for the Return of the Syntinels can be brutal, just because the way they play it is really, really strong. They play together. They play with some really they play with weak weapons in the strongest way possible. And if you're on the side of Laughing Coffin, I think you just need to play your own game. You're playing really well, right? You got the momentum back. The money resets there. The 1-9 loss bonus is there as well. It's a matter of, can you poke and prod and figure out how the Return of the Syntinels are playing this? Will they play it aggressive? Will they play it slow? Will they stack a site and gamble? Clockracy has a Guardian, and we know if you saw from the attacking half, Clockracy can do so much damage to that Guardian. As well as that Neural Theft for Synthix. Mew has a From the Shadows for the instant rotations if they want to try to gamble things. The goal now for Laughing Coffin, can they stay alive? Can they keep the rifles alive too? Because the money situation is also not good for them either. If you lose the round, obviously you lose map 1, but if you lose the round with a lot of casualties, there's not a lot of weaponry you'll have that's strong enough when Return of the Sentinels get their money up.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see what kind of explosive power is gonna come out from Laughing Coffin.
And I expected this too from the Syntinels.
Yeah, I mean, every time they're on a light buy, they have a protocol that they stick to, and it's called make as much pressure in one area and create an absolute firing line. And I think Jaboobins is ready for it. Great openings here, and Laughing Coffin popping Neural Theft is going to scan everyone out in mid. They're going to swarm onto A site. Yeah, I mean, it's just a free site. They all have to inch around Mew. Well aware that there's going to be somebody in their spawn. It's going to be Jason Pierre.
The issue is, though, there's a Vandal available.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Double digits belong to Laughing Coffin.
4 chances, went down to 3, now went down to 2. This is the pivotal round now, because Chidori has the Seekers online. Neural Theft also available for Synthix. But on the other end, there's still a Resurrection, there's still a Blaze Storm. I mean, the mid-round and at least the calling and the pre-round 2 for Laughing Coffin looked really strong there, because they had an idea maybe that if they just leaned towards one side heavy and had Jaboobins, although that mid-kill was great, going for more is a little bit just awkward just because you have a 5-on-3 advantage. But I like this now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tougher here. A lot of mid presence here, trading back and forth on info and abilities here. It was a great call there from Synthix to start armoring mid, and Wizard falls, losing half the map control as the Seekers get popped from Chidori, letting them know that everybody is in mid, ready to fight. Everyone in male as well. Neural Theft online for Synthix. As the Trailblazer goes out trying to scan, spots out some of them.
Yeah, and while Return of the Sentinels might not see it, obviously, but we can see it, right? Look how little space Laughing Coffin has. They have to re-clear everything pretty slowly and cut a lot of noise. They're going to walk into Clockracy and Mew on the ace site during this hit, and I don't know how this will go, just because this is a decent, partially a one-and-done angle in reality, just because it's kind of this would be like an op angle. And with 30 seconds left, this is going to confirm things for Clockracy. Flash and smoke through, and a res.
Yeah, and the res coming through, humongous, bringing it back to a 5v5 as the spike gets planted. It's now going to be a full team versus full team retake here. The first fight being taken is going to be won by Return of the Sentinels. Klo taking down Jaboobins and shutting down all the smokes available for Laughing Coffin as the Neural Theft gets popped as well. So much is known, so much is going back and forth, Now down to Eternity! Eternity going humongous, and Pierre following it up is just down to Synthix. Able to find Pierre, trying to close it out in a 1v2. one standing and doesn't check behind. It's Eternity with a 3K. So close to bringing us to overtime.
Yeah, and the money situation is so bad now for Return of the Sentinels. Sure, there's Guardians and Bulldogs available, and they have people who know how to use that gun really, really well. And maybe a Phantom too for Synthics, potentially, yeah. So there's still full rifles. Sure, it's weaker rifles, but also remember this, there's regen shields, there's half armor available, and there's not many ults online for the side of Return of the Sentinels that would be pivotal unless you make a case for the From the Shadows. But on the other end, Eternity is one off those Seekers. Pierre still has a Blade Storm. And we're seeing another default split for the Laughing Coffin. This is a masterclass of the calling on both ends.
Yeah, neither team wanting to make a mistake here because Laughing Coffin needs to win this round to bring it into overtime. And if you're a fan of Return of the Sentinels, you do not want them to win this round right here to bring them a win going into the second map.
Also, Jabubins has an op on attack on Omen.
Interesting play there from Jabubins for sure.
This is Ala Navarre. Oh, well, never mind.
Swapping
I'll
over
leave
to
my
the
words
Phantom.
once again.
Right now, you gotta stop saying stuff that's gonna get you caster cursed so often.
Yeah.
Here's the first contact taken. Noonie falls. Showstopper popped. Not wanting to find anything of too much value. Able to find Pierre, and Wizard right around the corner is trying to pick up the pieces here. Able to pick up the spike as the boombot goes through. The Seeker is popped.
30 seconds left.
And it's a 2v4 here. It is a detrimental situation for Laughing Coffin. They cannot make a single mistake here. One wrong step, one missed shot, and it could all be over. And Eternity is trying to bring it back now down to a 3v2. Aegis is on the back. Eternity, you have to look behind you. You have to look behind you. It's Aegis. Wizard, last one standing here. The Leer is going to get popped. Aegis's location is known, running right into the crosshair here. Caught Clockeracy with a third kill for the round and the 13th round for the win. As Return of the Sentinels take map 1 in this best of 5. Welcome back, everybody, to the Ohgawd Invitationals. We are in the Grand Finals. Once again, I am Lash, or Lash the Caster, and with me is Raynell, or Ellen Yar. How are you feeling, buddy? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling so good because this map 1 was an absolute banger, wasn't it, Lash?
Oh my gosh, yeah, 13 to 11 on the first map of Split. I almost was thinking we were going to be seeing the third overtime in 2 series, but it is not done just yet. We are in the middle of a best of 5, and up next we have one of the best maps in the game, in my completely objective, not subjective opinion, Pearl. And that is the map pick of Return of the Syntinels, and they are going to be starting on the attack. A very strong map pick for Return of the Syntinels. They absolutely throw down on Pearl, and they have some crazy stuff. And I believe Pearl is the only map that Synthics is actually playing a duelist on. So
I can confirm that because I
that
played
is-
against them.
Yes, for those of you that do not know, right now, my amazing analyst and co-caster for today was a part of the team on Friday that was going up against Return of the Sentinels. Remy, what was your team name right now?
It was the Uchi Hearts clan, and we faced this comp exactly as we're in Agent Select, by the way. And I'm loving this other comp right now from Laughing Coffin. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Ooh.
The Neon Jet might be insane, but on the other end, it's Chidori on the natural role of Yoru. Something that if you guys watched Sunshine Cup 2 or even some of the past events with Gail Lewis or Chidori in it, Chidori is a natural Yoru player. And this is the one time where we also see, not one of the few times we'll see Aegis on the Astra, one of my favorite Smokes characters in the game. But on the other end too, Pierre, going from Jet to Astra will be a stark difference here because Jabubins now is on the Jet this time around. But I gotta say, Lash, I think this Neon will make this Pearl match so entertaining.
Oh, I completely agree. I think Neon is one of the most broken agents in the current state of Valorant, and honestly,
I would know too.
I'm just wondering how Return of the Syntinels is going to deal with just the oppressive power of Nooney on Neon. Nooney typically picking up supporting roles like controller and Sentinel. Hopping over to the Neon, it's going to be an interesting change of pace for Nooney's gameplay, but I can't wait to see Nooney frag out, or at least see what they're going to be able to pull out here. Holding down B site as we're opening up into the first round.
Oh.
And the first contact taken as it's Chidori falls as Jabubin finds a second as well. And dashing out, able to find a third onto Klo. And it is just a devastating pistol round opening for Return of the Syntinels as Wizards able to find one. Aegis, last one alive here in a 1v5, not even 15 seconds. And no! Denying the flawless, but Nooney cleans it up. What a devastating pistol round for Return of the Syntinels.
Yeah, one thing I know for sure is when I did run Neon against Return of the Syntinels, it was very, very oppressive to not only play as, but just play against as well. Just because, right, the stun happens so fast in the right, like when you time it right, the slide comes in and the accuracy on the slide is absolutely busted as always. But shout out to Jabubins. Was it 3K about to be a 4K too if the close range whiff didn't happen? I mean, I'm pretty sure Jabubin's natural role was also this this Jet, from when I've played with or against him outside of practice. Oh, there's a good opener
Jabubin's
too.
Opening up strong once again on to Synthics and Clocracy. And Aegis, you got to look to your right there. But ultimately, Nooney is going to clean that up, getting two. And oh man, it is just a devastating opening for Return of the Syntinels.
Oh my!
Mew doing damage and opening up the round. One bullet left in the chamber, and it's not going to be enough against Nooney. They find Mew's head, leaving 3 alive going into their bonus. Some damage is better than no damage here right now.
Yeah, and the good news is though, I'm pretty sure Pierre and Nooney might have not bought, or not Pierre and Nooney. I think it was Pierre and Wizard who didn't buy this round just because they recovered that. They actually recovered all the guns. So the good news is you have the guns for this round, but on the other end, it's 5 Vandals and good amount of armor. And oh my, Nooney, do we see the operator bonus round? Because the money
Nooney,
is there
no way
for
we
it.
See that. No way, Nooney.
Oh, it's a Neon Bucky.
The Neon Bucky, arguably one of the most broken weapons in the game right now. Especially in the hands of Neon. Has the ability to get out. And that seize is not going to be friendly as Synthics is able to find their head, finding another, but ultimately getting it traded back and forth. And it looks like Return of the Syntinels are going to be coming out on top in that trade battle. Last one left alive here, Wizard. Teleport's coming out. It's Chidori is in the back, walking around. Location is known, but Wizard is anonymous. Not anymore as Aegis finds it. Able to find a second down to a 2v. Watching the wrong angle as it's Chidori. Lots them out.
Oh my god.
Back off. 36 HP left in the tank. A Wizard here. Stressful 1v1 as it's Chidori has to go around. Going for the spike plant. It's taken down. Now the action is in the hand of Wizard. Gail Lewis is just backing off.
Ooh. We made a footstep, Chidori did.
Creating a lot of question marks. I don't think Wizard heard it. And the first round for Return of the Syntinels is going to come at a very, very costly win of losing 4 of their 5 brand newly acquired rifles. And look at that, Nooney picking up the op.
Yeah, Nooney with the op, and Jabubins has Bladestorm online as well. Jabubins is already popping off within these 3 rounds. And while you're happy if you Return to the Syntinels for winning that round, you're also happier for Laughing Coffin just because that was your bonus round. He didn't have many strong weapons, right? It was what, 2 Bulldogs, a Bucky, and a Spectre. And Wizard made it so close that round. And now look at that. It's a Vandal on Chidori, it's a Bucky for Synthics, and it Sheriffs the rest of the way through. And if we saw earlier, these Sheriffs can do some damage.
They can absolutely throw down, and Mew is going to be pushing back Eternity there. Great awareness from those nano swarms and a great camera there from Wizard. And what Wizard? Where do you
These
find
trips
these
are
trips?
forming an X. Oh
Where do you
my.
find these trips, Wizard? Like
These
that
angle trips.
that one's going off of a light on the side of a brick. It's gonna catch out the Yoru clone, and a lot of stuff is going back and forth, back and forth. Synthix ready with the Bucky, and it's not gonna do enough damage. As trades are trying to go through on both sides, but ultimately Laughing Coffin is gonna have the last laugh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was not fun. That camera angle is going to be an absolute nightmare for Return of the Syntinels to try and adapt off of. And there's Clockracy trying to go in, trying to find some value, but ultimately Eternity is going to have the last shot. Only one that fell was Jabubins, and they have more than enough money to recover from that. But back onto a full buy here. Still up against the Operator in the hands of Noonie. It is not going to be a fun round.
Yeah, and the reason why Laughing Coffin won that round is just because, remember, the bonus round they lost, but they caused so much economic damage to where it was pretty tough for Return of the Sentinels to even try to recover that round and make it, you know, a 2-2 start. Also, they let the spike back and spawn. That Clerks had to recover it, and they were already executing onto the site. Small issues like that happen. But in a fresh round, Nooney's one off the overdrive. Jabubins has a Blaze Storm still available. But on the other end, Aegis, Cosmic Divide ready. Chidori, Synthix, or even Mew could get really close and have some pretty good ults of their own ready soon. Clockracy, though, halfway towards that Nightfall, as they're going to be walking back towards Wizard setup, and this time it's different trips all around.
There's the Haunt going in, trying to scan out, and different trips coming in here from Wizard. It's going to throw off Return of the Sentinels just a little bit, not having to deal with it. And there's that camera. Interesting angle once again. And there's the flashes coming through, but Wizard finds value anyway. And oh my gosh, it's a flawless. It's a bloodbath. It's a slaughter.
Yeah, that was disgusting, not only from Eternity, but for the entire team of Laughing Coffin. That flood was insane. What's better than trying to have a successful retake is not even giving a chance for a post-plant on Return of the Sentinels to even happen. The good news is Synthix has a Blaze Storm available, and Mew can maybe try to farm towards or get one more ult point for that lockdown. And maybe Clockracy could build towards a nice little Nightfall heading into what, the 6th round?
Some. I mean, ultimately, Return of the Sentinels playing a lot slower. They're not wanting to run into the same kind of trouble they ran into last time. Only having 3 Sheriffs, a Classic, and a Stinger to support them. And Wizard, once again, having some of the most interesting trips I've ever seen. Because Eternity is opening this up pretty quickly onto Mew.
Blocking vision.
He just wants to try and find some value and try and find a trade. Nobody on Laughing Coffin is giving Return of the Sentinels a single chance to recover from this. Eternity is finding Aegis as well. And it was just a slow kill after kill.
And that's
and
a spike.
headshot after headshot as Synthix falls. It's Chidori denying the flawless, but will it be enough to open up the round as Wizard falls as well? And it's not going to be enough. Noonie sliding in with the judge against a Stinger. The confidence on that Neon is unfounded.
Yeah, and speaking of confidence, the confidence for Laughing Coffin is at an all-time high right now because 4 ults are available for these upcoming rounds. And on the other end, the only ult is a lockdown and Clockracy's Nightfall in 1. The big thing is it'll be a matter of when these ults do get used, right? Because will Laughing Coffin stack ults together, such as the overdrive into his Seekers? Will Wizard try to find an opening and maybe get a dead body for the neural theft? But they're not going to be walking towards Wizard. They're going to be walking towards the likes of Noonie and Pierre on this B site. And they're going to be walking to the likes of an Operator.
Yeah, walking right into the crosshair of Noonie with that Operator's not going to be fun, but ultimately already down to 62 HP. It is going to be a rough time if Noonie isn't able to get an opening pick onto here, just kind of shooting blindly through the smoke. Not knowing if anybody's going to be coming up quick, and Jabubins does fall. Got a bit greedy on the flank there.
Yeah, and even though they found the operator, they're going to be walking into Wizard setup. Though no one is not necessarily there yet outside of Wizard. There's a lockdown of Nightfall that will just force Wizard off anyways, unless Wizard feels really, really confident, which, I mean, all of Laughing Coffin feels confident right now. And look
Oh,
at
yeah,
Synthix,
absolutely.
too. They could
Synthix, yeah,
call...
deposited on site as the rotates are coming through.
Where are you?
It's
This
gonna
is a
start
fake.
with the haunt. It's gonna start with the haunt. I mean, drawing some presence, drawing some pressure, and Nooney realizing that it may be a ruse is doubling
30
back,
seconds left.
Oh!
scoping in, and Synthix is ready there to punish, but doesn't want to go for the operator yet. Realizes that B side is basically completely clear. Enough time for the double back has come through. 15 seconds left in the round as the spike plant is going to be going down, and the new clock is ticking for Laughing Coffin to try and get back into this round. They need some crazy picks here, but the post plant setup from Return of the Syntinels is so strong. And the drop shot from Synthix. Able to find third, but unable to find Wizard, denying the flawless, but Clockeracy cleans up regardless, finding their second round.
Yep, and I mean, sure, won the round back, money reset, 1-9 loss bonus. The issue is, Laughing Coffin won 3 rounds in a row. The money's still really good. There's an operator still online, and a full armors. And on the other side, too, I mean, that Nightfall and that Killjoy lockdown is still active. I mean, Synthix is halfway towards a Blaze Storm. We might see Gale Lewis or Chidori pull up with an orb grab for that Dimensional Drift. But as we head into this next round, I wonder what's the plan is next, because it's a 5-stack towards the A site. Nooney showing the noise towards Art as the Fade Dog comes through onto A main, and Nooney has the full lane of mid. Lockdown comes through for Mew as well. And now the stall comes and starts now, right? Wizard, Cage is down, Cam open still, and while Mew has a lockdown down, the exit starts now. Nooney still stuck in Art. Mew finds the Call to Eternity in the mid. And in the meanwhile, this is a free A site.
For now, at least, but Wizards in the back, right? Packed. Able to find one, taking down Synthix, taking down a lot of that space-making ability, but the space has already been made. They're already on site. And Nooney has to go in, activating the overdrive. Clockeracy able to find Jabubans and Wizard in the back. Now, presence is known, trying to find a kill with the overdrive to keep it active. Not a lot of time left remaining. It's just going to be a tick-down clock, trying to find any value that to back off. It does run out, trying to find a pick with the operator. It's going to be too much to handle. Is able to be good for one, able to be good for two, and that's going to be enough to secure the round.
But is there time? It's close. It's close.
They got it. It's 0.4 seconds. Oh,
that is
my goodness.
That was
too
close for
the
comfort.
closest round I've seen out of the entire tournament.
That is too close for comfort, and if I'm Nooney, I think I accidentally blinded Jabubans with the neon wall, but it's okay. Winning the round is a lot better, even despite casualties. And there's still Seekers, there's still a Blaze Storm, there's still a Neural Theft for that Laughing Coffin. And if Pierre gets a kill or they get control for the orb, there's a Cosmic Divide, and that is pivotal on Pearl, especially with how people play post plants on Pearl.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of strong openings, and almost dodging the Nightfall. Ultimately getting put down again. Return to the Syntinels, trying to start off so strong and have such strong round opening. They just can't seem to close it out. The confidence is just too high for Laughing Coffin. Mew finally being able to find a pick, and it's just down to a 1v4. Seems like this game has just turned into trying to deny flawless.
Yeah, and if I'm returning the Syntinels, I'm calling a timeout maybe even next round, unless it was called earlier, right? And trying to figure out, how do I want to get the op out of the way, right? You have a lot of utility to do this, and Mew might have found a pocket, but a Nooney might respond.
Yep. Yep. That's what you see from Nooney on Neon with the operator, as expected.
Yeah, 12-2 for Nooney. This Neon is proving to be trouble for Return of the Syntinels.
I
And
think
there's
this
my
is a little
prediction.
bit of a late timeout call here.
Yeah, I mean, it's 7-2. The goal is now you need to win out the rest of these rounds, but the issue is your money game isn't too strong right now. Clockers at the moment has a sheriff in half armor. I think the big thing is how do you get the op away from Noonie, or even just force Noonie in an uncomfortable spot. The issue is Noonie can play so rotational, right? Op B, just sprint all the way to A. We're seeing pings on the map towards this B site. I think they're going to be looking to try to stay on or play really like awkward angles so Noonie can't really provide much value with the op. But then you have people like Wizard, who's 11-4. Jabubin is proving their own on Jet after being on Omen last map. And Pierre, if that constant fight goes online, the plans this could be an 8-4 half by the end. This maybe a 9-3 or a 10-2. If we see a 10-2, it's such a dominant half for Laughing Coffin. But I want to see how Return of the Sentinels will make their adjustments.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure what adjustments they need to make here. I mean, they're going in, they've got good play and they've got good utility usage and good ability coordination. But I'm just their shots are not landing, and I mean, realistically, the difference is the shots for Return of the Sentinels aren't landing, and Laughing Coffin shots are. Ultimately, I think that's what it's coming down to is individual gunfights.
Yeah, but Eternity's in a world of hurt here. This crunch is too massive.
And this might be a crazy pinch here as the siege comes through. Very little HP, but is able to take one to the grave. As it's now just turned into a trade for trade. Jabubin's jumping in, doing some damage with that shorty, but Clockers and Aegis are tying it up 2-2. Only 8 HP remaining for the fade. Trying to go in onto site, trying to make something happen. Taking down as much as they can. Almost going through the wall there. Very HP. A shot through the wall like that could end the game. Here's going around the back, finding Aegis. Accuracy though. To clear these angles, and Wizards got the read. It's right there, and nice. Round 8-2, going into round 11.
Up and Op recovered, and these are some insane stat lines. Let me talk about it real quick. Wizard and Noonie. Wizard's 12-4. Noonie is 12-3 and 1 away from that overdrive. And look at these pings coming out on the map now. I think they're looking for a B split this time around. There's a Judge on Chidori and Dimensional Drift. That could provide a lot of damage. But good thing is the money's pretty good now, right? There's full rifles outside of the Judge, and I think we're gonna see No Blade Storm 4 Synthix opting for the Phantom instead. The issue is when it needs B site, they might have to play on just because of the Cosmic Divide. And in response, Laughing Coffin is looking for heavy mid control.
Heavy mid control will belong to them as Chidori is popping that Dimensional Drift and scope out, see where everybody is at. Just walking right past everybody and going in. Wizard able to find a pick. Synthix making use of those blades as Chidori is able to find one with the Judge, picking up the Phantom, continuing on with the Rampage, and it looks like that timeout might have come in handy. Jabubins is going to try and pick up the pieces left, but all in vain as Synthix is just good with those headshots. And Noonie is just in the smoke, not sure of what to do. Is just waiting for Synthix to peek through with very low HP. That Judge needing to run away, probably just going to try to live to fight another day and save that operator.
Yeah, am I walking to Aegis though here? Or Aegis?
Unless Aegis is not aware. But Synthix cleans it up, 3K.
Yeah, might be sleeping in the running away from the bomb there. But Noonie, overdrive available and op still available. Remember, this is the last round of the half, and they had good money for a long while. This op will still be there, unless Noonie opts for something else. Maybe even dropped it
got
for
9,000 credits.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Okay.
I was worried there for a moment. I think there's an Odin on the ground as well.
Yeah. I also want to point out there's no good ults outside of the Cosmic Divide for Return of the Sentinels. So, in theory, this round should go the way of Laughing Coffin unless they lose these fights here initially.
Unless Return of the Sentinels goes huge. So much utility dumping right here. As Jaboobens is popping the Blaze Storm, able to find one, taking that first contact, taking that first kill, but Aegis and Chidori are going back and forth. Jaboobens able to find a third for the Phantom getting all of the kills, and it's a 4K from Jaboobens. Last one left alive here is Chidori going around. Will Chidori be able to deny the A's? Just drawing back and forth, denying the A's and getting a 3K. Now, oh my goodness, it's Wizard just holding on to the gate crash. What is happening?
Switching sides.
I thought
Switching sides.
I thought Laughing Coffin was about to lose that round, but Chidori, a little bit trigger happy on the TP, walks right in, or TP's right into Wizard's face. Oh my, the
timing
Mask
could
of Wizard.
not be better.
Yeah, the Mask of
gentlemen.
Wizard might be striking fear into Chidori. And it's a 9-3 half. This is unprecedented out of Return of the Syntinels. We've seen really close halves and really good halves so far throughout this entire day. But 9-3? It is domination now for Laughing Coffin on the attacking side. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, will they be able to keep the momentum going into this half? Only time will tell, and the Neon aggression is immediately being shown there. Eternity is first pick onto Synthics, and Jaboobens following it up onto Chidori, but the microwave setup from you and Clocracy is good for 2, bringing it to a 3v3. As the heals are going to try and go out there from Eternity. And Pierre is stuck right there in that corner. Can't quite get out of there without smoking it out. Beautiful timing there.
They're waiting for a Mew flank as well. This will be a huge fight here in the main.
Not sure if the presence has been known. I'm not sure if Eternity knows. The Mew's right there. And it's just a one after another, fall after fall. And the double digits have been reached by Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, and Laughing Coffin are 2-0 in the pistols. It's 3-1 overall for the series, and it feels like Laughing Coffin are pistol kings right now. And ooh, there's a little early DC from Wizard. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, last series it was 4-2 Laughing Coffin in the pistols against Minion Lovers, and now this time around it's 3-1 in the pistols for Laughing Coffin. Now, while 9-3 curses may be real, the pistol is losing the pistol is not a good start to activate this curse. It's 10-3 now. And I mean, Jaboobens is absolutely popping off. Going from Omen to Jet, like going from, Reyna to Cypher, or Cypher to Reyna, it's very, very stark differences.
And I think we're having a little bit of a tech pause right now. You know, things happen even in grand finals, and you know, some things go wrong, some things go right. But I mean, we're on a new half, and we saw an explosive come out on that pistol round from hey Chidori. Those Yoru facial expressions are something else.
But I guess you're saying
I'd like to see the Mr. Krabs peek from Chidori.
That would be really fun
if possible. That'd be really funny. Look at Fade's face. I never realized just the aggression during the ability usage there, and heterochromic as well. That is terrifying right now.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Fade's goal is to strike fear into the opponent's hearts, but so far, Laughing Coffin is striking fear into the Return of the Syntinels. And I'm loving this Outlaw buy, by the way, as well, as the timer does go off and we head into the second round in the second half of map 2. Talk about twos all around. Was that a team fist bump or chest bump?
I think that was a team chest bump there from Return of the Sentinels.
Laughing Coffin.
Laughing Coffin. Sorry. Back and forth. The Return of the Sentinels. 2 players ready to go, and I think the rotates are already coming in as fast as they possibly can.
This dash is about to expire, though.
Dash no longer an option there for Synthics, but backing up behind the TV. And the dash comes through, and the kill comes from Jaboobens, but doesn't have enough time to pick up the gun. Oh my gosh, it's a point-blank Bucky from Noonie. It is just absolutely devastating, but Mew is able to find Eternity, bringing this down to a 1v2. A lot of the weapons out of the hands of Laughing Coffin here. And Nooney getting that plant down, getting 1 point closer to the overdrive, is only 1 away from having the overdrive available.
Yeah, and Mew first half kept them honest in the second round because we saw already Mew with the Sheriff was a little bit dangerous, and kept it close in the second round of the first half. This time around, Mew's opting maybe to figure out what to do next, maybe just to die to Spike here because you don't want to give Nooney this orb because that's a bonus round with overdrive. That'll be brutal if the Law of Laughing Coffin sets up Nooney.
Yeah, and it's just turning into a waiting close enough by, wanting to take some aggression there, Nooney. Wanted to try and provoke there. Wanted to try and go for the kill, and it's gonna happen, taking another weapon out and dying to the Spike. Just as intended. Plan went completely according to plan. And the Outlaw is still in the hands of Wizard, and look how many light shields, regen shields are coming out from Syntinels.
Yeah, I would love to see Wizard maybe to get us over to Jabubins, but I know they need an entry player, but Nooney can provide that with the overdrive. And even then, if the Outlaw's still here, the overdrive will be brutal, because if Nooney can track the headshots, like it's that other hero shooter, this could be a brutal bonus loss, or a brutal anti-bonus for the Return of the Sentinels.
Could be
unless you have your knife out like Pierre.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Pierre, and you got to be looking the right direction. And ooh, unlucky from Nooney. Mew is just somehow getting the craziest picks there. Synthix wanted to go for a little pick up into top mid, but ultimately having to back off and living to fight another day with the player advantage that they still have. I'm not really sure what prompted the double back from Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, if I'm Laughing
Might
Coffin,
have been the wrong call.
If I'm Laughing Coffin, I'm looking to maybe try to find some individuals, or get Wizard on Outlaw lines, or force maybe Jabubins to run the Outlaw too, just because at least the damage will be good here. Mew is low, and this turret will spot too, so there's smoke down. But with 30 seconds left, what is the idea for Laughing Coffin now, right? Because if you save these guns, you're not going to go into the next round with a lot of good things going for you, right? It's only 1k for saving here on attack.
Contact is
Walking
taken
into the
right
angle.
now. Jabubins falls, and the rest of Laughing Coffin maybe soon to come. Unless Eternity and Wizard are going to be able to make magic happen, and Eternity is going to be able to find Chidori. And being able to get that spike plant down, it's now a 3v2. But Aegis is the worst one to go up against for Wizard, as they were the only one on the team that still had enough health to handle an outlaw shot, and 3 rifles will be saved going into the next. They will live to fight another day. But oh my gosh, is it a close one for Laughing Coffin.
Yeah, and I mean, after losing the bonus round, right, what happened was last half, I mean, Laughing Coffin won 3 in a row, and you only need to win 2 in a row now, or at least 2 rounds in the second half. So, I mean, while Laughing Coffin may have breathing room, they cannot let the foot off the gas. Nooney, I can see the Bucky full armor. There's going to be an overdrive this round. On the other end, though, the money situation is still kind of tight, right? I mean, Mew's opting for regen shields and that Vandal, and the full Vandal's on the other end as well. But this overdrive might prove to be danger if they set up Nooney correctly here once again.
And they may be setting up Nooney very, very well as active, dropping the spike and completely dodging the grab well and the stun, and taking down Aegis as they continue as well, swapping over, getting that Vandal in hand, just running right through the mollies and getting so many kills, and it's a flawless to bring them to match point. Go ahead right now.
Yeah. 12-4. We're at 8 chances. 8 chances not only for Laughing Coffin to head into map 3 all tied up, but 8 chances for maybe Return of the Sentinels to close things out, bring it to OT, and go up 2-0 in the series. The issue is the money is not too well. The money's not too strong. The armors are actually not too strong. It's regen shields and half armor. Synthix only has a Bucky. If you can get something here, there's a lockdown available. I mean, if Chidori gets something, there is also a dimensional drift, and there's 3 Vandals. So I mean, there is a possibility this round could go the way of Return of the Sentinels, and this mid push might be the start.
It is going to be the start of it all. As Wizard is going to immediately put Clockeracy down to 8 HP as Noonie is getting geared up and ready to be completely unleashed over here on B site. Shockbolt going through, and Synthix just has a Bucky. Now presence is known. Aegis able to find a pick, trying to hold it down, but Noonie's ready for Synthix. Shutting down the Titan in this 4v4 now. Spike plant is going to go down. Yoru clone shot out. Aegis finding another one as Wizard finds a trade and going back and forth, and it looks like they may live to fight another day. Wizard. Last one standing, taking down Clockeracy. Now it's a 1v2. But the move is going to be on Return of the Sentinels here to try and get that spike plant off. The sprays are coming through, and it's going to go the opposite way. Mew is able to find Wizard, and they continue to go on into round 18.
Yeah, and 8 chance to become 7 now. As look on the side of Return of the Sentinels, there are 3 ults available and 2 really, really close by. Synthix with a Blade Storm in 1, and Clockeracy with the Nightfall in 2. On the other end, the closest ult is Chibubin's Blade Storm, Pierre's Cosmic Divide, and you're 2 away from Wizard's Neural Theft. But the good news is your money's pretty good for this round, so you can still try to win this, and Synthix is opting for this Outlaw. Now, while the Outlaw, it's against full armor, so, you tag people down for 140, you have players like Chidori and Clockeracy with judges. So if Synthix can at least get the damage, this might be 7 turn to 6.
Farm. It's going to be an interesting tactic there, especially because Synthix has those regen shields up.
Wait, Mew found one. You found Wizard?
Yeah, Mew was able to get that first pick in mid, as well as the second onto Jabubins. And it's just going to be a just a tap brawl there in mid for a bit, but before ultimately Return of the Sentinels is going to be backing off, staying with their player advantage as Clockeracy was able to upgrade over to a Phantom.
And Return of the Sentinels are in checkmate, or have checkmated all of Laughing Coffin unless the skill goes through for Noonie. It's now a 4-on-3, and they find an opener, but it's Chidori with a judge.
Oh, the Yoru with the judge has dimensional drift. Line can scout out so much, and there's the flash. Ended up getting that gate crash out, and it might have been the wrong pick there.
30 seconds left.
This Pierre's the last one standing in a 1v2, Synthix and Clockeracy.
And Synthix heard where Pierre's going.
This could be the clip of the year for Pierre. They're able to check the angles here on the Clockeracy, and it's not gonna be in their favor. And that is the second round win in a row for Return of the Sentinels to try and bring it back. 6 chances, 6 rounds acquired in a row from here to bring it into overtime. Do you think they can do it right now? Do you think they've made the adaptations?
Yeah, I mean, the mid push hasn't been punished as often. Now you can see the adjustment too, right? They're having like double up mid. I think they're looking for like a slow push out because they know Mew and Clockeracy have been pushing up mid. But now look at it's just a passive of these setups. Blaze-Storm sure for Jabubins, and there's only Eternity and Noonie with proper guns outside of the Sheriffs.
And there's just an absolute swarm into Flower. They're trying to take as much space as possible.
Pierre got Chidori.
Pierre's going to find Chidori. That is going to be a devastating loss. Although a lot of damage was done, not having that dimensional drift online is not going to be a fun outcome there. Movements trying to inch their way up. Clockeracy needing to get that kill. Able to find one. Sees going out. Some the kills are there.
Yeah, and 5v3 becomes 3v3.
And just like that, Clawcracy has single-handedly put the game back into possibility as Wizard, Eternity, and Pierre. The last one standing in a 3v3. The spike gets planted. It's clicking
Huge
down.
fight incoming.
The judge from behind. The bad timing there. The turret gets set out, and it's going to find Eternity. Has to try and get away from it. Has to throw up some flashes. Is able to somehow skimp away as Pierre finds Clawcracy on the flank.
Yeah, it's huge from Pierre, but look at the low HPs on the side of Laughing Coffin. It's a 2-1-2, and Lockdown available as well, but look at the Ass Retail.
Yeah, and Mew able to find Eternity, and oh, it is just devastating to try and make it happen, but Mew is ready for it and is able to find their head, and they will survive once again to bring themselves into round 20.
Yep, and 6 chances become 5. And while we get deeper into the second half, right, more ults will happen and at least be built in for Laughing Coffin. But on the other end, Busio coined this term, or at least said this term a lot. Look at the ults on Return of the Sentinels. They have Exodia. They have all 5 of the cards. I mean, if they play the ult economy right, they actually could climb back and bring it to OT.
Yeah, the possibility is there. 5 ultimates online, Cosmic Divide, Lockdown, Dimensional Drift, Bladestorm, and Nightfall all can be used in conjunction, and they can make it all happen. And it all starts here.
Uh-oh.
And there's the concuss coming in, but Wizard's going to end up drawing first blood onto Synthix. Pierre
was versus
pulling it
an
up
op
onto
too.
Mew, and it is not going to be a fun match here in a 3v5. As Chidori has the Judge, has the Dimensional Drift, is down a Gate Crash, still has a lot of utility to use, but it's going to be a tough one for them to figure out here. Decoy clone being sent out. There's the Dimensional Drift, going to be able to scout out so much in the face. Snagus able to find Muni, but Jaboobins is going big, able to bring it down to a 1v4. It's just down to Clawcracy.
Oh, he gets 3.
Able to scan 3, decaying them, but are they going to have enough time to make it all happen? It's not going to be enough. Wizard getting the final operator shot and closing it out 13-7.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Ohgawd Invitational. This is the grand finals. Return of the Sentinels versus Laughing Coffin. I'm here with Lash the caster, and I'm
What is
Millennial. Let's talk about this first map, Lash, as we get ready heading into map 3 Haven, right? Pearl was a different story than Split.
Very much so. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot less close. It was a lot more stomp than what we saw on Split. It was a lot less competitive, and I mean, I think it really just kind of throws out the idea that Laughing Coffin is facing any fatigue, or is facing any negative side effects coming off a 3-game series immediately into the best of 5. I think that completely dispels that theory altogether. Just how much power and speed and just how decisive that map result was. I think really kind of puts the idea that there's any fatigue in their minds to bed. But I mean, even if there is, only time will tell, as we're going to be heading in to Haven very, very soon. Because I think these players are geared up and ready to go to hop into Agent Select. But I mean, right now, what kind of team comps are you looking for?
I'm looking, I mean, it's been a recurring theme this entire day. Even like the past few days too, right? Saturday and Friday. We should see some double duelists. Odds are, I mean, Haven's very, very creative in comps, right? I mean, if you look back, like last year, G2, formerly the Guard, ran an Omen, or I think an Omen Viper, on Haven with Sky, and I loved playing Viper on Haven as secondary controller. I realized how strong it is, and when you have the proper setups, it's really, really good. But now current metas are like running the Yoru ISO. Like, look at Fnatic. You don't need a flash initiator if Yoru's your flash initiator. And if you're looking for solo duelists, right? Now Neon's available, and we saw last map it was a story of the Neon and even the Neon op. But outside of that, even Jaboobins on the Jet, going from Omen to Jet. Now, sure, like, I mean, you can kind of call Omen like a like a Jet Junior, right? You know, you can smoke and TP in if you really need to, or throw your blind in and
Yeah.
TP in.
You can do some crazy plays with that shadow step for sure.
Yeah.
But
The thing is, right?
but I mean, look,
The go ahead.
you got to respect the Yoru pick on Haven because, like, I mean, we saw a lot of crazy plays on Bind in the tier 1 scene, like Challenger Master, like this past year and this past season. I mean, on Bind, we saw Yoru come out. It really helps with those. So whichever team the attacking side is, the gate crash comes through, and just immediately you're running into the stacked site. And I think that could also come in on Haven as well. I mean, with Yoru ISO, has a lot of both defending capabilities as well as attacking, because you're able to crash halfway across the map. You're able to gate crash all the way over to a different site. Just wherever the attacking team is going, or wherever you're wanting to rotate over to, the gate crash is super powerful on humongous maps like Haven.
Yeah, and speaking of that Yoru, look at the Yoru block on Chidori, Gale Lewis, and on the other end too, we might see another Noonie Chabubin's Neon Jet pick. And I mean, Pierre, hopefully maybe runs a Smoke Sea Eternity, I think has been a day 1 Sky through and through from what I've seen so far. But I will say, look on the other end too. This is kind of a ranked heavy comp if you're on the side of Return of the Syntinels. It's a Jet Yoru. You're running Clove Solo Smokes and Sova Cypher. Now, me personally, not a big fan of solo Clove just because of how short the smokes last. But if you have a very decisive team, or even like if you have a very decisive team, Clove is just a really good pick because it's kind of like Reyna on controller. And I prefer, right, double controllers, right? The Omen Clove I preached so much about when Lotus was in the pool, and Lotus is coming back into the pool, thankfully. Um, but this will be a difference of not only the duelist selections, but also the controller selections.
Yeah, for sure. And I honestly, like, I'm just ready to get into the brawls here on Haven, because I know it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be. This will be an insane game. I mean, there's gonna be so much going on, right? Like neon walls, Yoru TPs, Sova darts, sky flashes. There's like the only similar agents are Cypher and Jet.
Yeah. Yeah, man, there are so many unique picks. That's what I love about Haven, especially when new agents and new combos and new patches come out. They're able to re-experiment with a lot of different comps on a lot of different maps, and it opens the door to so many different ideas that many people didn't even think were an option in terms of playing a map that way. And a great shot from Jabubins. He's going to open up this map with a quick trade onto duelists. Both Jets fall for the first round here. As Noonie is just holding down the A site, while the rest of Return of the Syntinels is really not sure how they want to go about attacking the site. They know that the rotates have probably come through, but ultimately everything is just stopped right in its tracks.
Yeah, Noonie faked a rotate here too, and I think they're looking to re-hit the A site for Return of the Syntinels because 50 seconds left. They're going to walk into Cypher if they go B. They're going to walk into 2 people if they go C. So A is the only real option here. And I think they're going to try to flood out short here with Chidori going late long. Oh, never mind. Synthix on the way with Chidori.
Yeah, it seems like today you're really just eating your words here. And there's the exec on the site here, and the first picks have come out. And they will go in the favor of Return of the Syntinels, immediately putting Wizard and Pierre in a precarious situation where they're going to have to run into A site in a 2v4 retake with nothing but pistols, and immediately spotted out by the spy cam and shock dart combo. Pierre's up in heaven trying to spot it out. Chidori has found Pierre. Not sure if they're going to be going for that peek. It's the jump peek around and smoked off. Now Pierre really has to try and make a play here, and the shots just are not landing, but Pierre's able to find 2 before finally getting taken down by Chidori. And Return of the Syntinels are going to be taking that pistol round in stride to open up this map.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful side hit, by the way. I like to call it whenever I do call in team settings. That was a side hit with conviction. They threw down the smokes, they threw down the dart, and immediately all of Return of the Sentinels knew they're just gonna go out, have some fun on the site, take down the 2-1 site, and take down the 2 they did. Got close there by the end of it, but now look at the buys here. If we're Return of the Sentinels, I'm realistically the Spectres can fall, but this Vandal Bulldog Guardian needs to stay alive.
Yeah, I can just imagine that the Return of the Sentinels, the entire team was thinking to themselves, we got to get that fried chicken. I know that's exactly what they were thinking the entire time. And They got it. They got that spike down and they got that fried chicken. And now it's just a standstill. They do not want to be walking into a lot of these close range battles here. And Aegis going on to Wizard. Cypher utility. If you're a defender, you do not want your Sentinel to be first one to fall. The decoy going out. And there is the first pick from Clocracy. It's going to be a decisive one onto Jabubins and converting a weapon back and forth, but ultimately so many weapons are still in the hands of Return of the Sentinels, and Nooney is choosing to back off and follow that gate crash. Oh my god!
Oh my!
Chidori has done it again, has thrown themselves to the dogs.
Wait.
And Eternity has opened up onto Aegis and somehow converted this anti-eco into a 2v2. Very winnable situation here.
Oh,
Eternity and Nooney cleans it up. And they have just won an anti-eco round. And they have stolen a Vandal and a Guardian. And a
Guardian. Okay.
yeah, Bulldog. Swapping over to that. Oh my gosh. I hate to say it, but I think Return of the Sentinels just tossed that round.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't say it even started off with a TP. Sure, the TP right from Chidori like triggered a sense in Laughing Coffin to be like, hey, we can win this round. We can actually win this round. And now the reaction from Return of Sentinels was to take a lot more space because now it's a 2-on-2. They're in a weird situation. But you can't be that uncomfortable in situations. You need to play the postman. And I don't even think there were smokes alive. So they could have just sat back long where the bomb was visible.
Possible. And I think they're playing a little bit more methodically, not wanting to run into the same issues they did in that last round. Popping that one. Oh my gosh, Chloe! Amazing flick onto Nooney might have just saved them the round. Grabbing that Bulldog and backing off. That might be the weapon they needed. Wizard's able to find some back, but Chidori, you gotta look behind you. Chidori's behind you. Run! And one, and Gate crash out with their life intact. But Eternity has brought it down just to a 2v2. Team Flash comes through. It's just down to Chidori. With the Vandal in hand, they have no idea where at. Has to be playing here. Has to go for the hold. It's going to be a spray down here from Long and not focusing on the right person. Eternity finds the fourth for the round. But so much damage was done. Going in. I mean, they're saving 2 rifles. They're winning the round. They're going to be able to buy up, but I mean, that was costly, but oh no, Nooney's got the op.
Yeah, not only the op, Overdrive round 4. So I mean, the rifle buys on the Return of the Sentinels may be good, but if the combo of Eternity Seekers and maybe Nooney's Overdrive, or even just the Overwhelm on all of Laughing Coffin works well here, that Overdrive can be a massive dent in the works of Return of the Sentinels site hit here.
Could be absolutely devastating. Chloe wanting to inch up, but doesn't want to succumb to the same fate as last time. Needs to check those corners and definitely learning from that first round. There's the Owl drone coming in. Wizard spotted out. Getting scanned by that Owl drone and responding with the Trailblazer, ultimately broken by Chloe. The decoy goes in along with the gate crash, and I did not know the Seeker would chase the decoy. You learn something new every day, and there's the fake teleport going in. It did confuse Wizard, but ultimately I think rotates are going back and forth. gonna have to try and spread the defense back out once again onto their default sites.
Yeah, and the longer Nooney holds down the C long angle, the more the Laughing Coffin can just lean towards this mid garage A side area. And with this noise that Pierre is hearing,
Oh, my gosh,
my.
Pierre.
Wait.
Synthix.
Synthix?
Synthix. 30
Uh-oh.
HP left for Pierre, and they are gonna get away with their life while being inches away from death. Because Eternity is on site, is gonna be good for one.
Down A.
To keep the player advantage in the favor of Laughing Coffin.
Enemy down.
But Synthix wants to make sure that doesn't happen. And what? Where does Wizard find those trips? But Synthix a little bit too quick on there, but there's the overdrive. Neural Theft coming out, the scan happens. Pierre just right around the corner is gonna get found.
Oh, no ammo.
Oh my gosh, there's the stick coming through and able to, oh my gosh, Synthix! Never mind the fact that the stick ended up going in Laughing Coffin's favor. How do you land that right click?
Oh my. I mean, it's the little things again. Nooney understood, like, after getting the overdrive kills onto the A site, Synthix had a neural theft in B, which means the bomb's not planted for Synthix. Synthix is forced to try to push a lot more forward, and sure, you get the double kill there, right, for the 4K. But be all end all is lost the round. The money is tight again. There's a Vandal for Synthix solo and a Judge for Chidori and a Dimensional Drift for this seaside hit.
That Dimensional Drift is going to give away so much information. They know exactly where Pierre is at. They're coming out of the Dimensional Drift, but Jaboobins is going to get that trade back and forth.
Oh my.
Drist as
Oh
Synthix
my.
and Aegis fall. Oh my gosh, Jaboobins going humongous this round. Going forward with the Sheriff, wanting to give the ace away. It's Clocracy, last one standing. Wanting to give the ace away to Jaboobins, and it's gonna happen. The first ace of the grand finals goes to Laughing Coffin in the hands of Jaboobins.
Yeah, Jaboobins is calling for a funeral service soon and try maybe to make it 2-1 in the series, but that's huge for the momentum of Laughing Coffin, right? Sure, it might have been an eco ace. Sure, there was a Vandal and Judge only on board, but no matter what, you want that just for the momentum, just for the emphasis of setting your foot down and saying, like, hey, we're here to play. It doesn't matter we had to play back to back. And now Jaboobins has a Blaze Storm and Pierre has a Cosmic Divide as well. You need also with a Bucky too. This is a strange option to go with the Bucky, right? Because I mean, you have a rifle, or you have money for the rifle.
Yeah, no kidding. And what an insane, that is a mental boost for Laughing Coffin, for sure. And they are going to be going in strong, going into these next couple of rounds. And Eternity with a beautiful blind is able to find one spike on the floor, trying to go for the trade. Doesn't quite land just yet. And all the TP's coming out, and the gate crash failing from Chidori. His bullets are flying back and forth, but it's Return to the Syntinels just can't land a shot. Eternity finds, and Clocracy is the last one standing once again. And Wizard concludes the flawless, bringing it to 5-1 lead going into round 7. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and if I'm on Return of the Syntinels, I think a timeout might be just here, right? Just because it's 5 in a row now. I remember Return of the Syntinels won the pistol, but the Laughing Coffin responded back with 5 in a row. And a Blade Storm, Cosmic Divide, Neural Theft still available, didn't need to be used yet. But on the other end, I mean, sure, there's a Hunter's Fury and a Not Dead Yet. But even then, Chidori's only here with a Stinger. There's some half armors and regen shields available as well. And 4 rifles. But I mean, Laughing Coffin's on a tear right now.
Yeah, I mean, they are on. They're avalanching right now with the, and there is no sign of stopping. Chidori might get the chance to open this up, taking some damage and popping the Blade Storm. Jaboobins is ready for absolutely disgusting play, but ended up gate crashing out. Doesn't want to replicate the same mistake as last time. But Synthix is going to find the opening On to Nooney. The decoy coming through, and the right click from the
What
blade
is that?
somehow making it happen before getting traded out. As they're now kind of on the back foot here, and Clockersy is able to find Pierre as well. Getting that plant down and getting 1 point closer to that Blade Storm up and going once again. Not dead yet, and Hunter's Fury ready to be used, but Mew is not in the best place, but finds Wizard regardless. Eventually gets put down by Eternity, now in a 1v3. And a technical 1v4 if that not dead yet wants to be used, but I'm not sure what the game plan is going to be here. Chidori is behind you. Chidori is behind you. Eternity, look behind you.
Oop, missed over the one way, I think,
Oh
but
my gosh. It's Chidori, they're right there, and there's the knife from Chidori for the team ace to give some momentum and some mental fortitude back to return to the Syntinels. They're only 3 rounds down here. Still very much possible to tie this up before the half, but look how well Laughing Coffin's doing on their defensive side.
yeah, and the op available for Nooney too. Nooney this time swapping around to the A line, and I mean, again, Neon op is just as strong as the Jet op, just because you can get these kills and reposition so instantly that they're forced to kind of re-clear and be very paranoid about where this op might be. So Clockersy might be in a world of hurt unless it's dart spots. Yep.
But thanks to that Neon speed, able to get away with absolutely no damage dealt. Able to break that Owl drone as well. Needing to back off because so much utility is being traded back and forth. Honestly, I'm not sure if Laughing Coffin knows where the end game is. There's that weird trip again. Only able to be broken from one side.
Oh.
But Aegis and Synthix opening up the round and popping the neural theft along with it. They know exactly where everybody's at. They know that B side is safe. And a beautiful shot from Chidori. Gonna take down Jason Pierre, and Mew falls. As the spike is gonna get planted on C site. Now it's a 2v4 retake here. Clockersy is posted up inside a garage, ready to respond to any rotates or anyone trying to go through to try and catch anybody off guard. That camera definitely spotted out Nooney there, but is Eternity gonna be ready for Clockersy? They are. And Nooney, last one left alive with this operator, might choose to save and live to fight another day and save that economy going into the next.
Yeah, this is a huge op to save. The money's kind of tight. I mean, sure, Jabubins has Vandal money.
Almost able to get that exit frag. I'm probably going to try and go for... Maybe going to try and go for one more. But no, going to be able to save that operator going into the next. 2 rounds down. Turn of the Syntinels. They're picking up some ground. They're picking up some momentum.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you need to. I mean, it's 5-3. Now you're stringing back some rounds. If we see a 7-5, this is a dominant turnaround for Return of the Syntinels, because now that's a huge momentum shift, right? If it's 7-5 in favor of the Syntinels, they're going to second half in a streak of rounds. And look at this pivot now from Laughing Coffin. They do the same trips, but now look at this aggressiveness, and that's so much info now for Laughing Coffin.
And it is just an absolute stomp up C site there. Trips having to be broken, but Pierre able to find a pick, but unfortunately, who's got that not dead yet, is just going to start running it down one after another as Clockersy is able to find Nooney. Aegis securing that not dead yet. He's going to live to fight another day. Now it's just down to a 4v3 retake here. Neural Theft online, but so is the Hunter and Dimensional Drift. Contact's being taken. Eternity ready to take this fight head on with the Trailblazers. Aegis is able to find a whip down to Jabubins, who falls just the same. And Eternity didn't have a chance in that 1v4. And it's almost tied up once again. Neither of these teams wants to give an inch.
Yeah, and I mean, originally I said if Return of the Sentinels calls a timeout, that'd be huge here, just because it's a 5-1. It was a 5-1 deficit. But now it's the goal of Laughing Coffin to figure out what is going wrong at the moment. Is the mid routing too good right now for Return of the Sentinels? Do there just be a counterplay maybe? I mean, Nooney has the op available again, but Wizard's stuck on a share of half armor. And they're gonna walk into the op now. Oh, but it's Dimensional
walking
Drift.
right into the op with Nooney. The trade goes out. A little bit of faltering there from Chidori.
Oh.
And a beautiful shot from Wizard. But Chidori in the back is able to equalize those numbers up. With the decoy there and able to... It's just back and forth, trade for trade. And the spike is going to be going down from you.
Spike planted.
Huge fight.
Syntinels right there, ready to go. Is going to fall to Jabubins. Joe going in, dashing forward.
Oh.
Pierre's going to have the last shot. Securing the 6th round, guaranteeing the tie for the half.
It's
and that's
once
really
again
what you want for the defense.
Yeah, that is what you want, but it's also like the little things too. If you saw Jabubins there, even though normally you'd find that a very like inting of a dash forward towards that box, it offsets Mew's crosshair for Pierre to swing and even get the trade out. I mean, you'd prefer if Jabubins was still alive to make it up like a proper 2v1, but even then, the offset of the crosshair causes me to panic just a little bit. Even if you don't feel panicked there, that situation, your crosshair adjustment is going to be back and forth between two people. It's really tough to win out that round unless like you have like the calmest aim alive.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna see a super default. This feels like this 2-2-1 spread for the offense.
Yeah, seeing a little bit of a shift up there as the operator is getting posted up in garage, and a bit of a misplay there on the quick scope is gonna leave Chidori unharmed.
Yeah, I think a bit of
Everybody's
shooting
just
error.
Scanning out for utility, pinging out that shock dart. Great work there, drawing the attention away from Wizard, and Clocracy is gonna be able to get so much off of that, gaining so much ground. Nooney has to just race all the way across, and the concussion.
Oh,
Oh my gosh! Syntinels like, nope, take the guns away, get them on the ground. That shouldn't have happened.
yeah, and I think maybe unless Pierre gets something here, it just might be a safe angle for Laughing Coffin. I mean, Mew has a dart ready.
It's a 2v3. It's definitely possible. Pierre's ready for that
Oh.
shot, but Chidori, a little bit better movement and potentially a little bit late of a pop from the overdrive there. As Nooney is going to have to give up that operator
Last round before the switch.
and doesn't have enough to buy up another one. And this is not the economy you want to be having looking at the scoreline right now. They're almost it's going to be a tough one to not tie this one up.
Yeah, and the overdrive got used too, which I think I'd prefer maybe to use it this round, but I guess the element of surprise in that overdrive would have been really strong, especially if Nooney got that double. But now look at this, right? Jabubin is going to be forced to use a Blade Storm here, obviously, because it's last round of the first half. But there's 3 Buckies and 2 Sheriffs. I don't know how this round will go. Uh-oh.
Well, it's a lot of close range here for Nooney. Needs to back off, needs to try and escape with their life, and is going to doing just that. Oh my gosh, the timing!
Synthix thinks it's covered.
Oh no, Synthix is
Oh!
right behind. Oh my goodness! And Jabubins finds Clocracy as well. The two dudes will go in favor of Laughing Coffin, and they might have just turned this eco round on its head as Mew's down to 14 HP.
They're in their spawn lash.
They're all the way up in their spawn, and Nooney with a 3K with pistol.
Look at all the kills. It's just all in window and spawn for this before this half ends. And it's 7-5. If you care about the pistol record, it's 1-0. It's 2-3 in the entire series, still in favor of Laughing Coffin. And I mean, 7-5 half, that's a heartbreaker round as well, just because Synthix thought, the flank was covered, but Wizard, I think, found the perfect timing. I mean, that was amazing initiative out of Wizard there. But now we're in the second half. It's a double dive duelist comp for the side of Laughing Coffin, and you could have said the same thing for the side of Return of the Syntinels. But the good news is you have a very rotational player in Chidori with the gate crashes, as you've said earlier.
and I mean, there's a lot of rotational ability here, but ultimately it's going to come down to the gunplay. And Clockracy is opening up hard, but Nooney and Pierre are ready to respond in kind, opening up the A site very decisively there, and Wizard's going to try and get the best of Clockracy, but those heads are just found as Jabubins is able to find Aegis. Synthix trying to walk around, trying to gain some ground, trying to find an equalizing pick. It's going to be a tough one. Nooney does not want to be peeking that far in. To long there. Synthix is able to tie it up 2-2, but the health difference is so large, but it doesn't matter to Synthix. This Clockracy and Synthix are grouping up, able to tap the spike. Pierre's last one standing. Only a couple bullets could be the difference between life and death here. As Pierre's going to have the opportunity, but Synthix shuts it down. As return to the Syntinels are going to be able to take the pistol round once again.
And
Despite
pistol
all
rounds.
odds.
Yeah. 2v3 low HPs on both players in that 2v3. I mean, that's a heartbreaker if you're laughing Coffin, but if you're returning to the Sentinels, now you've tied up the pistol round wins. It's 3-3 overall, 2-0 this map. And we're seeing an outlaw pickup for Clockracy. I think now the trend of the outlaw is rising in this series because, you know, I mean, Nooney, I think, picked it up last map and the map before, if I recall. But Laughing Coffin is also forced by this round. There's a Stinger half armor and Bucky. And they want to take control of here, but
Nooney ended up getting the best of Synthix there. I'm very surprised that Nooney did not fall there. Clockracy's ready to go, ready to fight Wizard right off the bat, and Wizard does fall. Eternity is going to get the get back on to Chidori, but how much of a difference is that going to make?
This is a big fight.
Oh, this is going to be huge. And there's the Trailblazer. Cush. And Jabubins is going to win that one. It's now 4v2 here. Clockracy and A just have to make something happen here. What can they make? And it's not going to be a lot. Only chip damage as Nooney finds the final kill and securing a 2-round lead going into round 15. Oh my gosh, what a brawl right now.
That's another thrifty round. I mean, sure, they forced up with the goal of winning that round and win the round they did, but oh my. Laughing Coffin, known for winning pistol rounds, even when they lose the pistol rounds, they find a way to cling back here. It's 8-6. And you got, if you look at you know, Laughing Coffin won the pistols, and that's why they're winning. No, they lost the pistols, and they're dominating the first half. The second half is a little bit closer still, right? Up 2. But now it's the response.
Oh, just a bit of a late flash there from Chidori. It's gonna end up finding their lives, and it is just
Where is Mew?
devastating. Where's Mew behind the smoke, but not gonna be enough. It's gonna be enough to deny the flawless, but not enough to take the round 9-6. 3 rounds ahead and 1 from double digits. Can return to the Syntinels bring it back? They're back onto a full buy, back into roughly equal ground here, but we've seen thrifties, we've seen bad buys go so far from these team. I mean, honestly, I think Nooney has done better with a Stinger and a Bucky than a Phantom or a Vandals.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're on Neon too, it's like the Bucky Stinger is basically just another like really good gun for Neon. And also the overdrive's available too, by the way. I think this is another 4th round overdrive for Nooney.
Oh my gosh, Nooney.
Yeah, I mean, these site takes are just so oppressive, right? Because there's a Neon Wall, there's a Jet Dash, a Sky Flash comes in, maybe even a Sky Dog. But a running, sprinting Neon alongside a Jet dashing into a Cloudburst, into a Sky Flash, a Guiding Light coming in, blinding the enemies. It is so tough for Return of the Sentinels to try to hold it down a lot. And even when they push up, you can see it there, right? I mean, Chidori had a flash ready, but didn't hear noise and long, which caused that kill to happen. The short death, I think, happened just before that, and that was a free sight. So if you're returning the Sentinels, you might want to give them no chance to start these XX.
Absolutely not. And Clockeracy is going to start off very strong, taking out Pierre, but the overdrive following that up is going to be so oppressive as Jabubins is going to be opening that up,
Oh
able to get
my.
the plant off, and Nooney's able to get that overdrive recharged and ready to go. Synthix still have the player advantage here, trying to find another pick. Jabubins falls, 26 HP remaining, getting that recharge shield off Mew. Find a wizard. That neural theft is going to be so crucial to finding eternity.
Oh.
It's not going to be enough. And Synthix with a 3K is bringing some momentum back to the Syntinels.
And that's, I mean, that's for sure needed, right? I mean, you don't want this lead to extend farther than it did in the first half initially. And I will say, there's a couple individual moments that happened there, right? Jabubins takes the one-on-one in a 3v2 advantage, and Synthix wins it out. Neural theft available as well. And after I think it was Mew taking out the mid player, neural theft comes in to confirm the round and try to secure it. And I mean, valiant effort from Eternity, though the flash does blind both. Synthix will finish off that kill. And I mean, the money situation, though, on Return of the Syntinels is not too strong. 3 rifles, sure, but there's a Stinger and a Classic. A Blade Storm, sorry.
It's going to be a tough one here. As every player is just not wanting to make any mistakes. Oh my gosh. Clockeracy in their spawn already, and the pings are coming out. How are they? Oh! But Chidori is going to find Wizard, shutting down a lot of their flank holding ability. Nearly all of it.
Yeah, they want to push
Clockeracy right around the corner,
Oh.
but the blades just aren't landing. And is going to get punished. Nooney finds the first victim with the judge running in, not having any care in the world for those trips at all. Having to back off, getting that heal up. Having a Sky player like that is so crucial. And now the round has just become stagnant, but look at where Pierre Jabubins is all the way over here on A site.
30 seconds left.
There's the Hunter's Fury coming through just in the nick of time. Isn't able to find any value.
Uh-oh.
Nooney may find some crazy work in here if the shots do land. It has just evolved into absolute chaos, and beautiful shots there from Chidori. Shutting it down, a bit of a team flash onto Synthix as Jabubins is going absolutely crazy. The Synthix has a chance, but ultimately is not seeing the A long pressure in the pinch, and that will bring Laughing Coffin to double digits.
Yup, and I mean, if you told me that this would be the scoreline so far in this first half, from map 1, I would not have believed you. But after Pearl and after this map so far, at the current moment, these rounds are super, super close, but it's just going in the favor of Laughing Coffin so far. Judge still available for Nooney. I mean, there's 4 rifles online as well, but now the Return of Syntinels, they don't have a lot of good weaponry, but they have the aimers with the Sheriffs and a Stinger for Jidori as well. That if they play their cards right, it will be a really tough round.
Oh my gosh, AJ is able to get another before getting taken down. But Pierre is able to find Clockeracy in the back, evening those odds down to a 3v3 heal ups. Heals are coming back. And Chidori is ready on the side to try and defend any take coming through here. And Pierre getting caught out by that trip. Gonna give Synthix a bit of a warning there as the neural theft comes out. Chidori taken down, swapping, trying to get away with Judge, but Eternity shuts that down just as quick as it starts. Synthix, last one left standing in a 1v2. Has to try and search for a weapon here, needs something better. Then
weapon here.
The Sheriff, and ultimately is able to find a Phantom, but needs to try and find an off angle, and both players for Laughing Coffin seem to be aware that I think flank is the name of the game here. But is Pierre going to be watching? There's the gun barrel. No, and shots being taken. They're not landing. Now Pierre knows where it's at, and the guns are not in favor as Pierre is going to secure the 11th round for Laughing Coffin.
11-7 now, and I mean that was actually a decent save round, turning into like a 1v2 situation, right, for Synthix, and picking up the rifle and going to where Laughing Coffin didn't really have covered was pretty good as well. It's unfortunate, you know, the shots didn't go the way of Synthix, and Pierre will clean things up. The good, like even better for Laughing Coffin is Blaze Storm, Seekers, and Cosmic Divide have not been used yet. On the other end, there is Dimensional Drift Judge combo for Chidori, and Aegis from that last round has a Not Dead Yet available for the retake or for any aggressive hit they're looking for. But it's another mid take now for Laughing Coffin.
Clocracy is making a statement right off the back, and so is Synthix, and Eternity's trying to pick up the pieces of what was lost, but Clocracy is not giving up just yet. Not giving up that backside and shutting down every bit of aggression that Laughing Coffin is throwing at them.
Yeah, now it puts the brakes on Laughing Coffin's mid round now. Eternity and Wizard need to figure things out. Now Wizard has a pocket and doesn't notice that Seaside is free. And maybe could find a lurk timing, maybe find Clocracy looking away, but Clocracy is going to hold their ground in this back spawn C's position. Probably gets Wizard here too as well. Okay.
Well,
ignore
Wizard
me.
Just hits those. Wizard hits those, but so does Aegis.
Round B.
This Wizard's the last one standing. What kind of sleight of hand, what kind of magic ability can Wizard pull out here to secure the round, if any? Presence is known on both ends.
30 seconds left.
1v3 scenario.
Cage, I have retrieved the spike.
Ooh.
Cage goes out. Spike has been grabbed and trying to run away, but Chidori is waiting for that push through garage, but it's not going to be coming. There's 12 seconds left. Is that enough to be able to get that rotate around and get the spike down? I don't think it's going to be enough. Mew is ready for it. Spike is going down. They need to be rushing into the site. They need to be gaining a lot of this ground, and almost a collat. But Aegis is going to have those shots hit, bring it 8-11. 3 rounds down. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, and the gap gets smaller and smaller, right? It's down to a gap of 3. And this is a decent reset. Though Pierre and Eternity, they're stacked with money. Even Noonie is stacked with money now. And Jabuba's even has a Blaze Storm. So despite losing that round, they can still drop some weapons, right? There's some rifles going around. Wizard should get one soon too as well from Pierre. So
Yeah,
despite winning that round, the momentum needs to start to be shifted towards Return of the Sentinels' favor.
Let's go. Here.
This is an angle from Clocracy we haven't seen just yet. And there's the Dimensional Drift coming in, going to be gathering such valuable information. Eternity and Wizard right there. Judge is on, but taken down by Jabu. But was it worth it? Was that one trade worth it? Clocracy is right up there. Jabubins is well known. Is going to fall. Hope is once again in the eyes of Return of the Sentinels here, as they do have the upper hand and the chance to get it one round closer to tying.
And look at Mew too as well. Mew has so much info on A that they can just anchor B, but not if he has something to say about that.
Taking down Clocracy, but are they going to be clearing Aegis? And the misclick there going into Astral form,
Player standing.
as Aegis is pulling out the Not Dead Yet as well. Not sure if that was the right move, as Noonie has to run away, has to deny the Not Dead Yet aggression there as it finally runs out.
30
And
seconds
finally going to be able to get that plant off now in a 1v2. Has no idea that Mew is coming up behind. Has no idea. Noonie, Mew is right behind you. Noonie, Mew is right behind you. 11-9. And I think the economy's finally stacking up for him.
Yeah, and I mean, Mew is now one off the Hunter's Fury. Clocracy also won off the Blaze Storm for this upcoming round. The money's kind of thin on Clocracy, but there's drops that should be happening soon. Yep, there it is. And full armors outside of Synthix with the regen shield. And on the other end, Wizards going full armor. Oh wait, actually, this round might be really strange just because look at Laughing Coffin's ult economy. It's an overdrive and a Blade Storm. And the other three players, 2 or 3 players, are opting for rifles or a Bucky if you're Eternity. So this could actually be a really pivotal round, right? If you're Return of the Sentinels, you're getting the ults off, but we're getting the ults gone for the following rounds. But if you're Laughing Coffin, you're looking to win this and make it 12-9.
Yeah, you're wanting to bring it on because as soon as you reach that match point, it puts a lot of pressure on that, doesn't allow Return of the Sentinels to
I have retrieved
be
the
able to
spike.
save or have any comfortability. That might be the end of it. There's Synthix.
Oh.
Able to get one before getting taken down, trying to keep the numbers as even as possible. But ultimately, Laughing Coffin is going to take the upper hand once more. But Mew trying to pick up some pieces here in a 1v3 against a Blade Storm that is active. As well as Pierre and Wizard. Some absolute clutch demons. They're
And the
gonna
good
be
news
enough.
is... Oh, wait.
It's gonna be enough. The Clove Smokes might just make it happen. Drawing a lot of that utility out, but now they know that Mew is not on the spike. There's the knives coming through. It's not gonna land. Has to go. Gonna get concussed. It's gonna get sprayed down, and it's just a blind spray, bringing Laughing Coffin to match point. Go ahead, Raynell.
Yeah, it's exactly what I predicted, and now it becomes a game of chance. 3 chances now for the side of Laughing Coffin to close things out and be up in this series heading in to Bind. But it's also 3 chances for the Return of the Sentinels to maybe climb back from the ashes and make it an advantage of their own, right? It's 1-1 in the series. We're looking for 2-1 match series point, or a series point for either side here, and it's full rifles across the board.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's now or never for Return of the Sentinels to try and make it happen. And Chidori stunned out, going to get almost double stunned by the Trailblazer. Gate crashing out and allowing for more space to be gained. But all of the rotates are coming through. Everything becomes stagnant. They're putting the brakes on. They're slowing it down. They're getting the util ready to execute. And it's now or never for Laughing Coffin, and Mew and Clockeracy are opening strong, taking down so much, but Wizard is trying to keep the numbers even, able to get one pick onto B site, creating at least one question mark in mid. They're now just resulting to jump spotting. Gotta try and play the information game, because ultimately Laughing Coffin need to make the next move. They're a player down, and they need to get onto site.
I'd like to see Laughing Coffin try to show some presence everywhere else, just because look how stagnant all the offense is.
Last player standing.
Beautiful shots and beautiful hold. They're just ready for it, and Clockeracy closes classic headshot onto Eternity, bringing them to double digits. We are so close to bringing it back for Return of the Sentinels.
Yeah, and also outside of that, the money situation is not too strong for Laughing Coffin. There's 2 Guardians, 2 rifles. Jabubins might offer something as well. There's a Sheriff. So the money, I mean, the gun situation is not too strong. I mean, there's probably sacrifice of some utilities in this case, but I mean, 3 Guardians is still pretty strong. You still have a Vandal, you still have a Vandal and Phantom on the other end. So this should be 12-11. I'll say that, and they'll probably win this round. But I mean,
Only time will tell.
yeah, it's neck and neck. Eternity, if they do lose this round, Eternity will have a Seekers, or if Eternity gets an orb or a kill here, carrying the bomb towards Garage. And these are some early smoke usages. There's no more smokes for Aegis for 20 seconds. So when these smokes goes down, maybe it's time to hit something if you're Laughing Coffin.
Ooh, and a late reaction there by Aegis. Clockeracy and Chidori are going to pick up some pieces there, and Nooney's going to get taken down, and that is going to be a weapon converted. As now it has just become stagnant for Jabubins and Eternity to try and pick up the pieces and try to bring them back into this round. If they can get 1-2 picks and tie this up, they'll have a chance to bring it back. Breaking that trip, causing a question mark. Not sure if anybody has Walked
Oh.
around there, and the knife out is going to be Boobins. Clean up Eternity as well. 12 and 11, Raynell. 12 and 11.
Yeah, and the money situation is not good again for Laughing Coffin. They're forced to probably sacrifice some utility here for these Phantoms, for these Vandals, for that Stinger and Bucky. I'm not sure what Wizard will buy here, right? Maybe a Stinger, maybe a Spectre. But heading into this final round, Clockeracy this time around is picking up the Operator. And this is, I think, the first time we've seen it this entire half for the defense. So I wonder what Laughing Coffin will do. It feels like they're pinging towards C for the C hit.
You are divided.
And they might walk into Chidori here solo as TP comes out.
Chidori does get away, and the Cosmic Divide has been used. The first Cosmic Divide that's been used. Pretty sure all map is the Hunter's Fury coming out, trying to delay the aggression there. Tag is Boobin. Stunts coming through as the Cosmic Divide falls. Spike has been planted, and now it's up to Return of the Syntinels to move in here to try and retake all this lost space. Benuni's going to get the first pick onto there. Synthix throwing back and forth, able to find another Mew, finding...
Oh my Wizard!
Holding it down, spraying the Sheriff, and able to be good for 2, and it's now a 1v2. Pierre, last one standing, has the utility to stall it out just a little bit longer. Synthix on the spike, isn't done yet. They're sticking the spike. Magus has to get on. It is their time, and I believe there is. We will be seeing it overtime.
Wizard the Savior gets shut down by Aegis, and I think was that I forgot who else was alive there. I'm not gonna lie to you because I was just watching Pierre this entire time. I mean, Pierre played that so well, but it just ended up with those final shots hitting and the bomb being halved too. If that bomb wasn't halved, this is a 2-1 for Laughing Coffin, but now side swap. No ops on the board. It's a full reset now, full armors, full rifles, and we're looking to maybe see an A hit out of the Return of the Syntinels. Welcome to overtime.
Oh my gosh, welcome to overtime. It is quite literally anyone's game. It's a clean slate for both sides here. Full abilities, full weapons, full
It's a judge on an
shields.
OT.
It's a judge on OT, and it's going to be good for 1, but shuts that down just as quick. Eternity hearing some steps onto site, isn't sure. It might be a decoy, it might not be, still isn't quite sure, and the combo is not going to land quite as well as it wanted to, and almost successful. We got shut down just the same. Mew who's going to be able to find the pick onto Eternity. But Pierre is not having any of it. Jaboo
Spike down A.
is moving up as well. It's a 2v2.
Here.
Synthix and
It's a shorty in
Chidori
the
are
smoke.
ready. It's a shorty in the smoke as the smoke fades down and Synthix finds it. But the spike is on the floor and a beautiful cyber cage there, allowing for just enough time to get across, grab the spike, and Chidori plants the spike, and gate crashes out, and now the space is aware that the clove smoke out is going to be absolutely devastating there.
Who's next?
Dimensional drift coming out. Pierre has no idea what they're gonna do, and on the camera it's
Diablo!
devastating, but Chidori is able to secure the overtime.
Switching sides. Match point.
Able to secure the 13th round, and if the past is any prediction of the future, we might be seeing the Return of the Syntinels taking Haven right here and right now.
Yeah, it was the smallest thing there. A couple more bullets in Pierre's Vandal, and that might have been a big misplay. I mean, the opportunity Pierre found there was the Dimensional Drift forces the one-on-one, right? But Synthix also was stuck on the camera for a little bit. And, I mean, this round matters a lot more now if you're Laughing Coffin. No more breathing room, no more space. This is a fast A hit and an instant stack. I think this is unprecedented from Return of the Syntinels. I've never seen them instantly stack and rotate like this.
Yeah, I haven't seen this out of them either. I mean, the only time we ever see the stacks like this is when they're on eco runs.
Nooney's following the reorder clone, by the way.
Yeah, I see that. It was like, yeah, not sure if that's a fake one or a real one, but I'm gonna keep watch of it and
Down A.
back and
Jabubins!
finding a little bit more value there. Clockeracy only 11 8 remaining. Trade back and forth, back and forth, back and forth down to a 2v2. The Synthix is creeping up into heaven. Might have a chance here to pick off someone doing some chip damage back and forth. Isn't sure what to do. Eternity so low. Pierre so
Remaining.
Blinded.
Eternity, 16 HP remaining, has to back off, has to return, doesn't want to give up this round for the life
30
of them.
seconds
Immediately
left.
rotating off. But they're going to be
The thing
running
is-
right into Synthix trips right here. Those God trips still a thing. Just running right into it. And now, yeah, now they know.
And he's not turning the cam on. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, it turns on the cam. I mean, at least force positionally Eternity to get into an uncomfortable spot. It's a 1-on-2 now, and if Eternity can isolate things, though on 16 HP, I don't know how much damage you could do, right? Synthix is 30, so I mean, it's one bullet for either or.
Oh my gosh, Eternity might have the read here.
And it's the 1 HPs.
The 1 HP and a dream as the smoke is coming out. Eternity is watching the wrong angle. Synthix is behind you.
Oh.
Synthix is behind you. And that is going to be the game ender for Return of the Syntinels. How poetic. As Synthix secures the final round, 12 and 14. And they take the lead 2-1.
Yo, welcome back to the Ohgawd Invitationals. We're currently in the grand finals in this best of 5 series, and we're about 4 maps in. It's going partially the distance, and there is a world war it can go the distance. Currently, it is 2-1 in favor of Return of the Syntinels. From a stomp by Laughing Coffin to a very close game in map 3, going to overtime. I mean, this is an insane match. I'm Alenyar, or otherwise known as Raynell. I'm here with Lash as well. How's it been going for you so far? I mean, we're in for a long one at the moment.
Oh yeah, we are in for a long haul, and it has been an absolutely nasty matchup so far. I mean, going to overtime here in that third map, going on to the fourth, which of course up next is Bind. The map that I believe Laughing Coffin did lose earlier today. So it's more of I believe it's a redemption arc for them here on Bind, or will Return of the Sentinel take the championship map right here and bring it to a 3-1 victory? Only time will tell. And we do have a substitute coming in for Clockeracy. It is going to be Steph hopping in. So big thanks to everybody able to kind of fill in those and having that open availability. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see how that ends up working out. Once we have Return of the Syntinels on the defending side, starting out here on Bind. It's the first time this series that they've started on the defense, so we're gonna have to see how they react to the kind of switch up in pace here. Wizard, like always, hopping on Cypher. Probably going to see some insane trips over on B site. Nooney hopping on Brimstone. We're seeing exactly the same picks like you were talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this, I think, last series for sure on Bind. I mean, the name of the game for Laughing Coffin is aggression. I mean, the Phoenix Soul can be farmed pretty fast now, and I mean, with the buffs as well, like regenerative flashes on 2 kills and things like that. On the other end, I say this a lot in these events, but this is a very like ranked heavy comp, right? We're seeing the potential of the Reyna Jet from Steph Carey and Mew. And I think these are somewhat, not necessarily they're like more natural roles. This is Steph Carey's natural role of Jet, but this Reyna is super, super interesting. We're gonna see Joey probably go into that, go into the sky as well. Synthix insta-locks the Cypher. So it's a battle of the Cyphers once again between Wizard and Synthix. And Aegis this time is staying on the Clove. I mean, if you're a fan of like the proper like strategical comps, Laughing Coffin's comp is definitely way better. But in terms of like the ego and the fighting prowess, while Jabubins might be on the Phoenix and Pierre's on the Raze, I mean, Arena Jet Clove, that is also a form of aggression and a half for the side of Return of the Sentinels. So that we might see a bit of a mud brawl heading into this game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree. I think this entire series has been one mud brawl after another. And I mean, starting over once again, I wonder if Return of the Sentinels is going to continue their reign of getting those pistol rounds up and going. What do you think?
I mean, that's been a recurring theme though in this series so far. It is tied up in pistol rounds. Not seeing a lot of
That's a trip.
variety. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of variety in pistol buy. I mean, Sheriff 2 Ghost for the side of Return of the Sentinels, but on the other end, it is Laughing Coffin with double Ghost. And that is an interesting trip. Though it lets you get out of showers, this is a pretty decent kill trip if they do run into it. But unfortunately for Synthics, they're heading towards B.
Yeah, the majority of the team going towards B, trading flash. Moving up onto B long here. Aegis is ready to pop those smokes down to try and deny site entry. Trail, they're not Aegis. And the rotates have not come through. So much presence has been noted here. Utility out. No down for Aegis. Muse able to find one. Make that two and get away is clean. Overhealed up to 124 HP is no longer beholden to that one tap from the Ghost. But is that going to be enough to make enough pressure here? Wizard in that cage and not allowing anybody to be spilling out of Kingdom with any bit of safety here. He was just sitting in the smoke trying to find some ground here, and Mew is good for 4. Beautiful round there from Mew, and the rest of Return of the Sentinels here putting a strong start to Bind.
Yeah, and if you've seen Mew in these past events, by the way, he's been running the duelist a lot in his past events, but this time around seems like a heavy scan flex player. The Reyna, I like the choice here just because I mean Mew's maybe feeling it this time around, right? Or maybe it's just a comfort of the of Bind maybe for Mew, because I mean I think Bind and Haven are some of the maps where Reyna is actually not a bad option as long as they're paired with someone like the Sky or like a Raze or a Jet in this case. So wonderful pistol start too. I mean, Laughing Coffin usually known for the pistols, foot off the gas this time around in pistols this series.
Yeah, and this round starting off fairly slow by Laughing Coffin, not wanting to run into the immense gun advantage. Return of the Sentinels isn't a beautiful shot from Steph. Just shutting down Jabubins. And Bulldog shots are going to put down one, make that 2. Maybe finding a third victim, but that flash is come in strong as Eternity continues to survive. Now has that Lear side that they have to deal with, and Mew's good for another 3. And look at that, going into round 3, Mew's already got Empress online and ready to go.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm fine if Mew pops Empress here, right? 7-0, feeling it with the Bulldog as well. On the other end, though, you're still building some ults of your own, right? Jabubins maybe can grab some orbs here and maybe a bomb plant for that, run it back in this rifle round. The only issue is there's 2 people with half armor, and Steph Gary on the other side has himself an Outlaw behind 3 Bulldogs and a Spectre for the rest of the team. So it's a matter of what are we going to see in terms of Laughing Coffin. How are they going to face against this Outlaw? How are they going to face against this Sentinel set up on the A site?
Time will tell, and Pierre's shots are going to go off, not succumbing to that light armor with the Outlaw. Aegis getting a peek there and getting some shots off, but ultimately able to find the kill. Yeah, Synthic's able to back to Nike plant as Wizard falls as well. And there's just a standstill here on site. Molly is popped, tapping the spike. It's just a mud brawl as Mew's able to find Jabubins. Pierre's able to find Synthix as well, potentially opening it up. It's 2v3, not able to make it happen as Noonie falls as well. Upgrading the guns and saving 3 rifles in, having a double bonus. This is crazy for Return of the Sentinels.
Yeah, and I mean, this time they go from losing out in second rounds to winning 3 in a row now, and that bonus conversion is strong. Steph Gary is picking up that operator as well. And I mean, they're looking to shut things down as fast as they can and maybe not bring it to 5 maps because that last map is Abyss. And while I will say, I think the comps on either end are probably going to be really, really interesting. I mean, you got to think about it, right? In a mental standpoint, the fatigue is setting in. Maybe some of the tilt is setting in as well. It's a matter of how is the mental game going alongside this?
Steph getting the get back onto Pierre. Not going to allow for any of those I hit your head first shenanigans to happen. As Synthix finds Wizard as well, shutting down a lot of their ability. Steph has a mean angle here into you. Protected there, but just has that sixth sense as Jabubins falls as well, and Steph just clean up. Kill after kill for a flawless 4th round.
Yeah, 10-0 for Mew, 5-1 for Steph Curry. I mean, these duelists are dueling indeed. And I mean, sure, that was a safe round. That was like Bucky's and a couple pistols, but I felt very disjointed for Laughing Coffin when these past 2 maps have been pretty together for them, right? I mean, 13-7 on Pearl into, despite a 12-14 loss on Haven, they felt really, really together in those 2 maps. Now heading to map 4.
You may be right. I think the fatigue
Yeah.
may be setting in. I mean, it's been a long day for everybody. Everybody involved. And it might come down to the wire here. Jabubins getting that regen shield back up. Refilling, clearing out Flower while the run it back is still active. Getting put back up to full. Steel Lewis is throwing that Trailblazer out. Able to find one, but spot out the other one in Flower. As Aegis is able to find the first contact onto Jabubin. And Wizard getting a trade back onto Aegis and opening it up for you. As Chidori is the last one left alive here on site, but is going to make it count as they find Pierre evening it back up to a 3v3, and Synthix breaking that trip with the knife at the last possible moment. Steph Curry needs to make a move, and make a move they do. This is now time for Chidori to rise up right here, and the blinds come through, and it's going to be so difficult, but Eternity makes it happen.
Eternity
picks up the operator as a trophy, winning the first round of 5 for Laughing Coffin as 3 ultimates are online. Orbital Strike, Neural Theft, and Seeker all ready to be used, but Carry has the blades to pull out and make some crazy magic happen. And Synthix is 1 away from the Neural Theft.
Yeah, on the other end too, with those 3 ults for Laughing Coffin, there's one off Pierre's Showstopper, and that could prove dangerous too. Nooney this time will take the operator from Eternity's hands, as we've seen before in the previous series and even some of the previous maps. Nooney on this op is dangerous.
Yeah, we've seen it before. We'll see it again, and there's Eternity getting caught out by that insanely strange trip that Synthix had going on there, and Mew just trying to hold down back sight. Lion's coming around, and is going to find the pick onto Mew. Aegis trying to find an equalizer here. Is going to be able to gets traded out just the same. 3-3 now. Bladestorm is online, and Steph Curry. A beautiful shot onto Eternity, and it's a, oh my gosh, the Orbital Strike. Almost taking down Steph Curry, and some gun upgrades coming in as well. Taking back the operator, which is so rightfully theirs.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is there's some question marks around Steph Curry, right? This is the first sub in for Steph Curry, I think, in officials, if I recall. But I mean, he was subbing around in scrims as well, and I mean, slots in really well so far.
Steph is an aim and mechanic master. I mean, Steph has got some crazy cracked out aim, and honestly, it's great that we have subs like this just on deck. It's amazing. A quote from our amazing observer Zebra: Steph was tearing up scrims, throwing it down, and we're seeing just the same here in the regulation.
My ult's ready.
As immediately Laughing Coffin has lost their showstopper.
Yeah, and look at how slowed down it is now for Laughing Coffin. They don't want to fight this op again, but Look at the repositioning from Steph. I mean, Jabubins is in for a world of hurt here. If this peak comes in, it just might. Oh my.
And the repositioning from Steph is just absolutely oppressive there. Immediately saying, all right, I'm going to hop on a new angle here. I'm not worried about showers at all. And Mew is ready to take it head on, and Wizards got to back up. Don't want to run into that cross.
One enemy
And
remaining.
more is coming back and forth as Aegis
I have retrieved the spike.
as well. And Wizard, last one standing. As the teleports are coming through, everything's crashing in, and shots are being taken. And Mew
Oh.
does fall, denying the flawless, but Aegis picks it up just the same. 5 rounds down here, 6-1 going.
Yeah, that was a close 2 for Wizard. I mean, hey, your Neural Theft's available as well. And Jabubin's also one off that run it back alongside, right? So, I mean, we could see a very chaotic round if Jabubin's not only gets a plant down, or maybe just gets an orb or a kill here. I mean, the goal of Laughing Coffin right now is to get Steph Carey off these op angles. I mean, they have the utility to do so, but Steph's repositioning has been really, really strong, and that separates good oppers from great oppers. It's currently 6-1 now. This is a dominant showing from Return of the Sentinels. This is why they picked this map.
Yeah, I am not surprised at all. They have some immense firepower they're bringing out here, but the run it back from Jabubins is going in just as fast and just as strong, but is it going to be able to find value? It's
Oh!
the wall! Oh my gosh, Chidori! What was that?
That was a random shot and an actual shot. Oh my lord. Bomb goes down, sure, but it's a 5-on-3 situation now.
It is not going to be a fun one as Steph Carey is able to find Jabubins, and Aid like, no, you're about to get 5-2'd, but Wizard able to find Chidori.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, where has this player been? Somebody, Steph said, put me in, coach, and is making their way known.
This is absolute insanity from Steph. Just slotting in for Clocracy's spot, and I mean, showing up. That is insanity.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh.
Chidori's first double kill, I think, was the first thing that like caused a snap in all of Return of the Sentinels to be like, hey, we can take this side and win it all. But aside of that, right, Laughing Coffin, they had pretty good looks there. I think the win con a lot for them is going to be Jabubins on this run it back as well, or just to find a lot of good openers. But I need to see a little bit more togetherness. And they showed it that last round. Unfortunately, you know, Chidori comes in with a double kill. But we're seeing a lot more now. They feel a lot more united. Hopefully, they can get away from this op for sure. Oh, my.
Almost getting away with it. The Wizard is going to be able to put down the Titan of Steph Carey. The Showstopper finding some value as well as
Spike planted.
Laughing Coffin is finally bring it back, and Eternity is able to find Aegis well, and I think this round might have found its way into a victory for Laughing Coffin. It is looking good for Return of the Sentinels here.
Ooh, unless it gets a little individual. There's a 1-on-1 found for Chidori. 2-on-3 now, but time's getting low.
That Mew able to find an equalizer. It's a 2v2 here going around. He's able to find it, but Wizard is just a little too quick on the draw and finds a third for the round in the second round for Laughing Coffin going into round 10.
Yup, and Neural Theft available for Wizard. 2 away for Eternity Seekers as well, and we're halfway towards both Noonie and Jabubin's ults of their own. 4 rifles coming in too, but the money's too strong on the side of Return of the Sentinels. The operator's back online for Steph Carey, and Mew has an Empress already as well.
Yeah, I mean, the full buys are like the economy is still so strong from Return of the Sentinels that they're going to be able to buy up probably for nearly every single round left in. I'd be very surprised if they didn't have the economy to back it up. And there are some trips coming through. Eternity's dog did end up getting shot out there. And there's the trip. Kill trip that could have been used, and some teleports are coming through. Oh my gosh, did they not see Aegis? Did they not?
Spike down. B.
That's the spike.
As the spike is down and Aegis is just running away, just looking him right in the face, running away one after another as Jabubins finds Steph Carey and is breaking that trip, creating a lot of question marks, and pings come out from Synthinels over on A site, and I think the rotate from Wizards might be going back over to A for the play.
Yeah, I mean, Jabubins has a lot of space, and also is a bit away now from that run it back. With a flash is
Beautiful
massive
flash
too.
there from Jabubins. Securing a lot of open space there as the plant goes down. Teleport's coming out as well. Chip damage done, and Mew falls. Reload from Synthinels. Tag damage done. And almost having it on Chidori. The trades are going back and forth. It's a 2v3, but Aegis has something to say about it themselves, but doesn't check shower. Is not aware. Now it's a 1v1. Pierre. Last one standing. Synthinels has no idea where Pierre could be, but Pierre knows exactly where Synthinels is at. It's a game of chicken. Synthinels almost has to hold it here. Is it going to do enough damage? Oh my gosh, Pierre.
I like that idea. That idea was actually really. Oh no.
Ultimate dives to the spike regardless. 3-7. Return of the Syntinels is up. Going into round 11 here. It is possible to end this 5-7.
Yeah, and I mean, it feels like it might trend that way. I mean, Jabubins has a running back as well, and Wizards still is holding on to that Neural Theft. You're also one off Eternity Seekers, and then probably by the end of this half, Nooney will have Orbital Strike. On the other end, the closest thing you have, right, is Chidori's Seekers, and just 2 off a bunch of different ults like Steph Curry's Blaze Storm and Synthinels Neural Theft as we reach to a B-side hit. With Steph Curry also on the op again, holding down that A line.
I mean, Steph, just an absolute menace with that operator, but Jabubins with the confidence of run it back is just running it in, ready to go, but Mew's ready for it. Taking down that run it back. Eternity is going to be able to find kill onto Chidori. Now in a 5v3. Jabubins wants to inch in, wants to go for the get back onto Mew, but the Empress is just too powerful. Finding Eternity as well, evening it up 3v3. Mew is online and ready to go and up and going, and Synthinels is able to find Pierre as well. Has to go in and just a bit off as Nooney is able to find Mew. Bring it down to a 1v2. Steph is the operator in hand. Not sure how they're going to bring this one back. Isn't sure where anybody's at or able to. But Steph going up, trying to find a pick, trying to find an equalizer, but Nooney's not going to let it happen. 7-4 going into the last round of the half.
Yeah, and the money isn't strong. I mean, outside of Mew and I think Synthinels, actually, no, it's only outside of Mew. Mew only can afford a Vandal here. I mean, sure, Synthinels will have a Guardian, but I mean, what's the plan now for the side of Return of the Syntinels? They're going to use their timeout here, which, I mean, you only have 1 per half, right? You can only call 1 per half, so why not use the timeout here, right? Cool down, ice Laughing Coffin, and see what you can do from here, because this round is kind of pivotal, because it differentiates 8-4 from 7-5, and, I mean, 7.5 is all right. If you're Return of the Syntinels, you want to keep it dominant. You want to keep your streaks going and maybe look to make it 8-4. Steph Curry can maybe get the Blaze Storm here with good control of either extremity for those orbs. And I think both sides are understanding this. Like, look at the pings on B Long. Laughing Coffin pinged out Garden, and then all Return of the Syntinels have pinged out B Long as well. So I think that's their goal here. If they want to get Steph Curry the orb here for that Blade Storm, the issue is Laughing Coffin, I think, has an idea that this might happen, and this is why timeouts can be beneficial for both ends.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout called by Synthinels to try and, you know, take the edge off, take a step back, take a breather, and not try to overheat on anything. And, you know, I might be eating my words there. I thought the economy would be very good for the rest of the half, but it seems to be in a bit of a shambles as they're having a half by now. And it's not the kind of buy you want to be doing down the barrel of the last round of the half.
Steph Curry raw confidence got the orb A, by the way.
Yeah, just raw dogging that confidence, and Nooney's gonna be taking the first pick as well.
I know exactly.
Wizard finds the second, and popping that Neural Theft is gonna be disgusting as Steph unaware, and I think we might be looking at a 7.
Oh, unless Mew has to say something about it.
Yeah, if Mew goes huge here, but Aegis just barely off. I'm loving the use of that new Phoenix tech. Being able to throw that wall through walls.
Oh, that
The
molly.
Oh, perfect time for the molly.
Yeah, giving no chance for me to breathe here. I mean, the smoke there as well. I mean, Laughing Coffin are looking to bury it, make it 7-5 or 5-7. Sorry.
There it is. Jabubin's going for it. Beautiful flash there. And that is the way the cookie crumbles. 7-5 half. Originally shown so dominantly at first by Return of the Syntinels, but Laughing Coffin not ready to go home yet.
Yeah. This will be a pivotal pistol round because if Return of the Sentinels will win this, right? It's 8-5 and you're inching closer and closer to double digits. But if you're on the side of Laughing Coffin, you're close to tying it up. And I mean, based on the trends of these rounds right now, it is 4 in a row for Laughing Coffin heading into the side swap. And I wonder what the plan is for them.
Yeah, I mean, it is just slowed to a grinding halt. Teams they're not wanting to make any mistakes. The first team to make a mistake is the team that's going to be going home. Finally, contact maybe being taken here. Synthics v Wizard as the... Oh, my goodness! Could have been crucial kill there for Syntinels. But Mew is ready with some trades as Noonie is just trying to escape, but Mew's not going to let that happen.
Yeah, Mew finds 2 and it's all of a sudden a 3v3.
As Mew finds a third for the round. As Jabubins is trying to go for a flank Wizard, only 9 HP remaining. A shot with any gun, any part of the hitbox is going to end with their doom, as we see there with 4K. And are we looking down the barrel of an ace? But Jabubin's not going to let it happen.
About time low, all they need to do is stall.
All they got to do is stall, but it was very, very close. Chidori just in the nick of time. Jabubin's giving another, I believe, what is that, the 5th, 6th pistol round in a row to Return to the Syntinels?
Yeah, this is the 5th pistol round now. I mean, it's 5-3 overall. If I'm Laughing Coffin, I need to call a timeout here for sure. I mean, just look at how it's going so far. The momentum has been cut off, sorry. And now we're looking at 8-5.
It is not going to be an easy round here. As contact is being taken. Wizard missing those shots. Those are not going to be fun. Camera shot out, and all the cages now have been expended. Missing a lot of crucial information there, but the timing onto Eternity. If they know somebody's in the smoke, they know it, and Synthics has caught the rat.
Yeah, that Trailblazer must have spotted something, like last frame maybe, on the run out from Chidori's Trailblazer. But now
it's just gone to a standstill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, game minds think alike. Hello?
Jinx? Dynamic duo? Jinx?
I can't talk anymore. GG.
GG. There's you wanting to peek out, and beautiful shots through the wall. Everyone blinded out, and Jabubins is able to take one down before being taken down themselves, and it's just down to Wizard and Pierre.
Spike planted.
Try and pull victory from the jaws of defeat here with only a classic in hand. Inching up, Aegis. Can they make it happen? Almost taken down, but Steph Carey is going to end up walking away with the final head as it reaches 9-5, 1 round away from double digits and 4 rounds away from taking this series to a close.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish heavily for a timeout call on the side of Laughing Coffin, but I mean, a lot of the times they didn't even need a timeout. They figured it out really, really fast, and they adapted really, really fast. But I mean, at 9-5 in this pivotal rifle round where all but one player of your team has full armor, or all but one player of your team doesn't have full armor, this bonus round could go either way, really. Oh, but
Oh, shots being taken. Pierre does not want to fall once again. It is gonna be a tough one to try and bring back. Should be able to do it. Steph Curry able to find Pierre, securing the player advantage, and Mew widening that advantage, but Wizard wants to shut that down. Super quick, wants to gain some ground here, but Mew is not letting it happen for the life of him. Oh, and it's just the wall spray spam, trying to get a kill off there. Eternity able to stun out Mew, not wanting to get pushed up on, but it finds the kill regardless. 3K going in. Eternity finally able to secure the kill onto Mew, but it's too little, too late. Return of the Syntinels has reached double digits.
yep, and I think this might be one of the largest gaps we've seen outside of like the start of Haven. But I mean, Return of the Sentinels feel too good right now, right? I mean, Steph Curry coming into sub in pretty last second in a sense, and absolutely forming that first half. Though they've slowed down, right? Mew is there in the backup, 24-9 on the Reyna. On the other side, there's not too many good guns, right? There's 2 Buckies again. There's 3 Sheriffs. Jabuz has a run it back, but I don't know if that'll be used. And I like this in Hookah. It's a double crossfire with the Bucky. If you're Return of the Sentinels, you might have an idea this might happen and avoid Hookah altogether. But hey, they might have not followed this rule.
Maybe, maybe not. It's been spotted out. Oh, Nooney's giving the location away to 8. They know that there's a shotgun in there that they do not want to tussle with, and looks like we might have an all-out mono-e-mono fight brawl here. B site. There's the picks coming in. Wizard brought down to half HP. Wonder if they're aware that there's 3 players are here. 1 with the Bucky, actually 2 with the Bucky are here sitting on B side ready for the push. As another interesting Wizard trip comes out as well.
Yeah.
And I
It's
think they're
just
looking
a
to re-hit.
standstill here. It's just a standstill right now. I think they're trying to cut noise, have a rotate go around, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Oh,
30 seconds left.
TP here. Pierre's ready for it, but Mew is ready even more. Jabubin's almost getting caught out there. Needs to get a pick, needs to get away, but Synthix is spraying,
Enemy remaining.
and the spray around the corner. Mew. Eternity, last one standing. Got a shot off, unable to find the second. Got blinded out. Mew's on 5 HP, wants to run away, wants to get healed up, and that's not gonna happen. Steph trying to go around. Eternity's so low HP. 6 HP left in the tank, trying to make it happen. It's just a ring around the Rosie.
oh
And they will
my!
Confidence from Steph Curry, 24 HP, and the 11th round, 6 rounds ahead of the competition, and 2 rounds away from taking this grand finals to a close.
Yeah, and Steph Curry earlier, I mean, I heard he talked to me saying like, "Hey, I'm here to drop 30 maybe if possible," but Mew is shutting that down, maybe dropping 30 of their own in regulation. I mean, it's 11-5. This is a huge rifle round coming in for both ends. Jabubus has a run it back available as well, and it looks like they're going to go for an aggro short pressure here, which I do like a lot, because, I mean, this will give a lot of info for Laughing Coffin.
There's the
Oh.
first picks being taken
Oh
here, and Mew
my.
is just going ham. And there's the flash coming out. Eternity able to find one, but she shuts that down in the blink of an eye as the Seekers get popped as well.
Got one.
And the entirety
On my wire.
of Return to the Syntinels have just made it out onto site, are able to get that plant down as Wizards trying to get a pick through the smoke, trying to get an equalizer. They are not letting it happen. Look at this high and higher as the Trailblazer comes through, and that's
Oh
one.
my.
Wizard still alive. Trades come out 3v1. Neural Theft is available. Has one cyber cage and a camera left. Got flashed out. Getting into a battle there with Synthix. A little bit of chip damage taken. But are they ready for the impressive power of Mew? No, they are not.
Yeah.
Raynell, take it away. Take it away, Raynell.
Oh my. There are 7 chances for Laughing Coffin to close this gap and bring it to OT. But on the other side, for Return to the Sentinels, it is 7 chances to close things out. And I mean, with Mew on 29, looking to have a 3.0 KD, guaranteed 30 maybe in this round, right?
My gosh.
And Steph Carey close to a 2.0 KD of their own as well. Blaze-Storm Empress available. On the other end, Jabubins and Wizard are trying to clean things together, but I think the fatigue might be setting in. The energy levels might be low. The tilt might be setting in as well. And they're looking for a start, but that's not it!
Aegis. Nasty shot onto Jabubins, and Nooney's shot landing. As the stim comes through, is just completely surrounded, has to wait for the metal to wear off before any chances can occur. And Mew closes that chapter all the same, and looking for more, and looking for more, and it's a flawless round to close the chapter of the Ohgawd Invitational as Return of the Syntinels takes the grand finals 3-1.